All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Earn while you learn, freight broker and logistics training. And we also sponsor the National Dispatchers Network. There's going to be a lot of changes here in the next couple of days. Our logo is going to change for the National Dispatchers Network. We are also going to be introducing an app, an actual app, not the app version of the website, but an actual app that we have that we're going to be bringing out, that we're going to be introducing. I had it up here for a moment, but I think I took it down. No, there it is right there. Okay. I'll pull it up there so you all can see it here in just a second. All right, let's go ahead and start sharing our screen. If you all notice that we're here every Saturday from 10:15 until 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today is Saturday. It is 10:15. So let's get started. I want to go ahead and go through a little quick roll call here. Good morning, Mr. James. Nice to have you this morning. CDL of LA Logistics. Nice to have you here. That should be Bernard. We have Lisa Horace here on the line. Keisha Howell. We have Mr. Mullins. We have Ms. Rouse, Tiffany on the line. Mr. Charles Mundy, the famous and infamous one, is here. And we have Denise Bracken, who is also joining us, and we've got people who are chiming in as we speak. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go and start sharing my screen, where everyone can see what I said. Okay. All right. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Can everyone see my screen? Can everyone hear me? Okay, let's make sure everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes, Charles says that he can see the screen. All right, great. All right. As you all know, we did catch up on some of the profiles that were sent in. With a lot of them that came in, we got them all caught up on the ones that were properly submitted. Now, for y'all who have been submitting profiles and you've been attaching, instead of putting it, typing information into the block, into the email itself, y'all have been sending stuff in where it's an attachment of a picture of your profile. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's not gonna work, because what normally happens is the reason why we have y'all to put the information in the body of the email, because that way it makes it easy for them to set up your profile. So then all they've got to do, if it's in the body of the email, they can just copy, paste it into where it needs to be, and set up everything that needs to be set up, and get it set up, and then send it back out to you. But when you send it in a picture, they're not going to waste their time. I'm just letting you know that right now, because half the time when you send in a picture is not distinguishable, and some of you are actually writing it in and then trying to take a picture of it and then sending it. That's not going to work. Okay, so just take the time, type it into the body of the email, send in your profile request to request your toll-free number, your email address, and your dedicated domain and your e-fax line. So just take that little bit of time, type it in, send it in, and that way it'll get done and it'll get posted. The new ones have been posted, as you all can see. They have been posted. This is a copy. If you all can see this, can everyone see this app, this mobile app that we have up? If you can see it, kind of let me know that you all can see this mobile app.
Yeah.
All right. This is actually going to be our actual mobile app. You will be able to find it on the Apple App Store. You will be able to find it on the Android App Store. So, and it will be titled My Dispatch, My Dispatcher Network. That's going to be the app. The app is going to be My Dispatcher Network, not dispatchers, but My Dispatcher Network. Okay. And it will be available on Android, and it will be available on Apple and Google Play and all the major app stores. Okay, it's being formatted right now for the iOS for Apple, so you may not be able to find it on Apple just yet. last I checked, it was in the building process on Android. Okay, you can go and pull up something called My App in Apple and Google. You can pull up something called My App, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's called My App. And you can pull it up, and then from there you can look for the My Dispatcher. Look for My Dispatcher Network. So you can go to what's called My App on Android and on Apple and pull that up and download that, and then you can search within that for My Dispatcher Network. Okay, but it is being formatted for Google Play, Android, and the Apple. So here soon, within the next day or so, or maybe before the end of the day, you'll be able to go directly to your phone's app and search for My Dispatcher Network, and it will pull up the app. But this is the app. This is how it will work. It pretty much is almost a mirror of our site. There's going to be some changes in it. This logo is going to change as we're going to change it here. So that logo is going to change, and you'll be able to access everything else. You can access on top of here down at the bottom. You can click. You can navigate from here, and you can click here to make phone calls. It'll pull up the phone number. As soon as you click on the phone thing down there, you can click, and it will call us. You can send us an email right from the app. You can get our location, things like that. And of course, you can navigate the app too as well by clicking in here, and you can navigate the app as well, just like you do on our website. So now you all have a legitimate bona fide app, not just an app version of the website. You have a legitimate bona fide app that we are introducing. From the app, if you are a prospective student and you're not yet a student, from the app, if you want to sign up right from the app, you can do that too. Just scroll down right there where it says exactly what is Earn While You Learn Logistics Consulting Platform. Just beneath it there, you see where it says click here to enroll. That is a working link within the app, so all you got to do is click it. And here again, what it will do, it will take you right over to the enrollment site, as you can see here, and you can go ahead and enroll. Okay, so it will that feature as well. There we go. Have to pull it back up there. Pull it back up. Pull it back up. Get rid of some of this other stuff and go back to our page here. I don't know why it doesn't pull up. It won't pull up like that if the page is if the page is what you call it. All right, but that's our app. It will be up and running. It will be available on Google Play. It will be available on Android, and it will be available on the Apple iOS. All right, let me go ahead and mute everyone here because of background noise. We are sharing the screen. There we go. Let me go ahead and mute everybody because we get. All right, today. Let's go over some stuff real quick because there was a lot of feedback in the chat group, and we have a chat on our website too, which is mydispatcher.org. For those of you who don't know our website, okay, which is mydispatcher.org, and this is our website. But we have been getting a lot of information, well, a lot of questions about where do I start? How do I find carriers? What's the best place to go to find carriers? What do I say to carriers? Okay. First of all, everyone, please read your information in your back office. Let's go to the back office. For those of you who are members, let's go on and go right on to the back office. Okay, let's get right to the meetup thing. Let's go right to the back office and let's go over some stuff here real quick. I'm gonna go over step by step. Okay, because we're getting a lot of questions about where to start, how do I start. I mean, we've had people who have been with us for a long time. They just regained some interest into our platform. They came back and want to get things back started, and they're asking me, where do I start? I know the back office looks completely different. I know our website looks completely different. All right. First of all, when you come to the back office site, okay, when you come to the back office site, you have everything now is in a Rolodex style. So it may be a little confusing if you haven't watched the Getting Started video. Well, this is going to be Getting Started Part 2. Okay, this is the Getting Started part of our training. I'm going to go through this step by step so you all know exactly what to do, when to do it, where to find it, and how to make it work for you. Okay, is everybody happy with that for our training for today? Because we've had I had a lot of phone calls with people calling and asking me what to do and how to get it started. And hold on for a second. Right there. Okay. Right.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. As y'all can see, we don't censor much, but at the pay some attention to the one that really matters. So there we were. All right. But to get everybody started in the right place, the first thing you're gonna do when you get access to your back office, okay? As a matter of fact, let's go back another step, because we have some people who were wondering, how do you even get onto the back office, or how did you get this and how that. Let's do this in order. Let's do this in order. Let's do this in order, because we've had some people who have signed on to us and they are completely lost as to what to do next, and that is simply because they're not following the instructions. All right. When you sign up for our platform, the very first thing that's going to happen is you're going to receive 2 messages. Okay, matter of fact, I'm going to take you all right to what you're going to receive. So you know exactly what happens when you sign up. When you sign up for our platform, this is what happens. Let's go to our latest visitor here. 2 days ago, there we go. You sign up for the platform, this is exactly what happens. Okay? This is what goes out. You get 3 messages. You get this message, which basically tells you the link you need to go to access your study guide material. It's going to tell you, you're going to get a message. It's going to say, to access your Logistics Home Study Guide download, copy and paste the following link. Okay, when you complete the study guide and basic knowledge quiz, you'll be prepared for orientation. You're going to get that message. You're also going to get another message. The other message that you're going to get is going to be a message of your receipt that has the link in it also. And then you're going to get a third message, which is going to be a text. So you're going to get 2 messages by email, and you're going to get a text. The text that you're going to receive to your phone is going to be this, which is your receipt. And in your receipt, it's the very first thing it says in your receipt that's text to you is, it says training platform enrollment fee. Note, be sure to check your receipt for instructions on how to access and download your study guide material. Now, this is the receipt that you're going to receive. The receipt is going to look like this. You're going to get another version of the receipt, and there it is right there. It says it right there within your receipt. To access your Logistics Home Study Guide download, copy and paste the following link right there. When you complete the study guide and basic knowledge quiz, you'll be prepared for orientation. Now, when you copy and paste that, people, this is what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and open that up for you so you can see what happens. When you open that up, it's take you here to a location within our website that no one else sees, okay? Well, now they see it, but it won't matter because before anybody goes into our back office site, we always double check to see if you are enrolled. So if you can go through this if you want, but if you haven't enrolled and you haven't taken the test, guess what? You're still not going to get access to anything because we double and triple check that. But this is the area that you go to when you completed your enrollment fee and you follow the proper procedure. The thing it tells you is congratulations on taking the next step towards a rewarding career. Please study the course material in preparation for basic knowledge quiz. There's your study guide 1, there's your study guide 2. People, you must have, if your computer, your tablet, your phone, whatever you're using to download this material, if you do not have Microsoft Office, if you do not have that, it won't download. If you don't have PowerPoint presentation, it won't download. If you don't have Microsoft Word, it won't download. This other stuff called WordPad or whatever it is, it's not going to work. You have to have Windows operating. If you don't have a Windows operating system, you're not going to be able to download the material. Okay? So as you see, when you click on this, you're going to click it. You're going to get your study guide 1. It is going to be in Microsoft Word or PDF. There it is right there. Just go through this study guide, read it. Okay? That's your first. That's the first of the study guide. Study guide 2 is going to be this one right here. It's going to be a PowerPoint presentation. You must have PowerPoint presentation. Open it with Microsoft PowerPoint. You must have PowerPoint presentation in order to be able to open this. If you don't have PowerPoint presentation, it won't open. All right, but once you get that, it's going to give you a little thing that tells you when it's downloaded, and then you can pull it up. It's a very big file, so it takes a while for it to download. All right, now, when you have finished studying that material and you're ready to take your test, all you got to do is come back to this location, to this hidden website, come back to this link, and then click your test where it says right here. Click here when you are ready for testing, and congratulations. You click that right there, and it takes you right over to your test. Here's your test, okay? This is your test, okay? All right, this basic knowledge, your basic knowledge quiz that's required, that the Federal Motor Carrier require us to give you all before we let you all onto our back office site to get access to all the stuff and everything, because you all are not brokers, and we are providing you with a lot of access to things that normally you would have to have either a CDA, an authority or some type of broker, or at least sign on with a carrier. But since we are giving you all access to this stuff, we have to make sure that you all understand the basic rules and regulations. Right? And this is what this test is. Okay. Now, if you read this, it's not just going through and just clicking it, and you're actually reading it. It's going to tell you, welcome to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center Logistics Basic Knowledge Quiz. Your quiz is presented below. After a passing score of 70, your score report and certificate of completion will be issued immediately following completion. Good luck. Then, if you come down here and you read this other stuff, and you don't just jump through without reading, it's going to tell you, welcome to the testing phase of our platform. Your test is below. And it's highlighted. It's highlighted for a reason, because we want you to notice it. Please note, after completion of your basic knowledge quiz, be sure to follow the instructions on completing orientation. All newly enrolled students must subscribe to our orientation channel, and you must watch the complete orientation video. Good luck on your quiz. And then you click here to start your quiz. First, you got to type in your name, your full first name and last name, because that's what's going to be on your certificate. So if you type in something funny, whatever, fake name, that's what's going to be on your certificate. Okay, that's what's going to be on your certificate. All right, and these are a whole bunch of people who have taken and passed the quiz. They put on here, the little comments and stuff. You get a whole bunch of comments. We got a lot of people that passed the quiz. Now, after you complete the quiz, you get your certificate, and it's going to give you a link, and it's going to take you to our YouTube channel. Now, which brings us to where we are. Okay, it's going to take you to our YouTube channel. All right. It's going to take you here. This is where it's going to take you. It's going to take you to this channel right here. Okay? Let's do this. It is going to take you to this channel. Okay? There's only one video on this channel. This is the orientation channel. There's only one video on this orientation channel. All students must subscribe. Okay? You must subscribe to the channel. And then when you subscribe, you must watch the video. You click on this video, and it is going to show you it's going to show you this one video. Okay? There's only one video. This is the only video you'll have that you need to watch. Okay? This is the only one that you need to watch. This is your orientation video. Now, here's what a lot of people get thrown off. If you are watching this on your phone, you're going to get confused. And we always tell you all, don't watch the orientation video on your phone. Do it on a computer, laptop, or tablet. The reason why is this. See this area down here where it says instructions? Now, if you're on your phone, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see it. It's not going to tell you, that there's a show more tab like you have here. You have a show more tab. You won't have that on your phone. On your phone, all you're going to see over here on the right is you're going to see like an arrow up and an arrow down. It's not even going to tell you what it's for. So if you don't know what it's for, you are never, ever, 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 ever going to click that. Because you don't know what it's for. And you don't know you need to click that. So that's why we encourage everyone to watch this on your tablet or watch it on your computer or your laptop. Why? Because it tells you right here on the laptop or computer, it says instructions. A lot of you are just reading just this one instruction, and you're clicking on it, and you're forgetting that there's a show more button there. Because remember, there are 3 sets of instructions, and a lot of you are clicking on this one, which is taking you to the back office site to set up your back office, but then you're sending me all these crazy messages, or you're calling me all day long, asking me, how do I get my profile set up? Where do I send my profile information? How do I get into the chat group? And you know what I tell you? I tell you to go back and watch the orientation video and follow the instructions underneath it. And a lot of you are telling me, what instructions? Or you say, I followed it. It brought me to the website. No, you didn't. You clicked on one and you didn't follow the rest. Okay? And the reason why I don't just tell you or don't give you the information right offhand, for 2 reasons. One is we have a ton of people trying to bypass our system and get into our back office without having enrolled, or they just want to see what we have that's going on, or they want to get in and just cause havoc. Okay, that's why things are set up the way they are. For you ought to follow a set of instructions after each thing you complete, because it lets us know that you have completed it, and we can actually go back and double check to make sure you are authorized to be in our back office site. Okay. That's why. All right. So when you come back here and you click where it says show more, look what happens, like abracadabra, open sesame. Okay. You get access to all 3 sets of instructions. 3 sets of instructions. First set of instructions says, after watching the entire orientation video, first proceed to mydispatcher.org. Once there, enter the dispatcher tools and resources and create your back office login account. Note, you must use your enrollment email address as your username to gain approval to access the back office. Now, here's what happens to some people who try to bypass us. I get the information in our back office access account where they're asking to be approved to get into the back office. They set up a username and everything. But when we go and double check their enrollment email address and it says that they have not enrolled, guess what? They get denied. Now, if you get denied because you have not enrolled yet, or if you get denied because you jumped the step, you haven't completed your test yet, that request that you sent to our back office to get access is going to go to the bottom of the page. It's going to go to the spam. It's going to go to junk. That's where it's going to go. So if you try to go back and redo things the right way, but you've already submitted your request, guess what happens to your request? It's in the junk mail. It's in the junk message area. And the interns don't look at the junk mail. They just don't. They don't. Because they got too much other stuff to do. So when you can't, while you haven't gotten approved, even though now you've gone back and redid it and did it the right way, it's because your stuff is in the junk mail. And it's going to take a while for you, after you send them several messages, then they'll say, oh, well, let me, and one of them may say, well, let me check the spam and the junk mail. And then when they do that, there it is. Okay? And that's why it's taking some of you so long to get your approval to the back office site, because you didn't follow the proper procedure. You didn't follow the proper steps to getting into our back office. Okay? So that's why that is happening the way it happens sometimes. Give me a second here. I'm multitasking here. I'm sorry. There we go. But that's why that's happening. Okay? All right. But you will eventually get in. For those of you who do it the proper way, you get in. And that's because you did it, the proper steps and everything flows the way it should be flowing. The second part of this is proceed. Okay, it says proceed to Facebook and send an inbox request to the following profile. This is my profile. It's gonna pull up my page. Okay, this is what it's gonna pull up. It's gonna pull up my page, and then it tells you in that request. It goes on to tell you and send an inbox request, requesting access to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center private chat group. All you got to do, if it's giving you the information right to my page, all you got to do is go over here where it says send a message, or wherever it is you send messages at. What do you send me messages at? I don't even know where to send me a message. All you got to do is send me a message. Wherever it says send me a message, I know. Oh, there it is, right there. You can send me a message. You can send me a message right to me personally, and ask me to add you to the chat group, and I will add you to the chat group after you've been checked. Now, a lot of times it's not me that's adding you to the chat group. It's one of the interns, somebody who has access to my page, and they're looking at the requests that are coming in, and they'll go ahead and add you after they have checked your email. That's why we ask you to send in your enrollment email when you request. A lot of times we'll ask you for your enrollment email, and then it will go ahead and double check that, and then it will add you. Okay? All right. So that's how that part works. All right. The last part of this is it says, third, proceed to this Facebook post for instructions on how to request your profile info, e-fax, toll-free extension, and dedicated email address. You're going to click on this, you're right over here. So for those of you who are sending stuff in, asking questions about where the form is, if you're following the instructions the way you should be, you shouldn't be asking that question, because here it is. This is the form. Okay, click there where it says see more. This is your form. This is your form. In fact, if you click off of it, it gives you a clear version of it. There it is, right there. You can copy and paste that and then email it to where it says email it to. Okay, dispatch@RBBSTransport.com. Hold on for just 1 second. Okay, I apologize. I had someone knocking at the door. The FedEx guy was at the wrong door. But anyway, but this is your profile form that you fill out and you send in. All the instructions are here on how it needs to be filled out, where it needs to go. So if you have not gotten your profile set up with your toll-free numbers your extension on our toll-free numbers, your e-fax line, and your dedicated email address. You need to complete this part of instructions. All right. Any questions on that? Anybody that may have not gotten set up yet and you have questions on this part of it? Okay? If you don't have any questions on that, let's continue on. All right. Let's continue on. All right. Let's go back here to the back office and let's continue on with the other part of this that we've been getting a lot of questions on, is how do I find carriers and where do I start and the whole 9 yards. All right. Remember, you all are dispatchers. Some of you are brokers. Some are brokers. If you are a broker and you want to proceed as a broker, yes, you will start contacting shippers and trying to negotiate with shippers and getting your shippers, your contracts with your shippers. But the majority of you are dispatchers. You are an independent dispatch firm, which means you cannot operate like a broker can. Which means the first thing you do is don't contact shippers. I'm telling you right now, if you're a dispatcher, you may not ever have to contact a shipper if you're doing this right. You would never ever have to talk to a shipper if you're doing this correctly. If you're doing it correctly, you never. Let me repeat that. If you're doing this correctly as a dispatcher, you would never ever speak to a shipper. Okay? If you're doing it the proper way. Now, am I saying that you're not supposed to contact? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you do this right, you won't have a need to contact shippers. Now, if you just want to contact shippers and you have a shippers list, fine, knock yourself out. There's nothing wrong with it. You can do that. Okay? But it's not necessary, and it's really not even needed. All right? So there you are. But let me show you what I mean. The very first thing you got to do when you join our platform, you get access to the back office. Come back to your back office area and familiarize yourself with the links and stuff that's in here. Everything now is in a Rolodex style. In case you all didn't know, everything now is in a Rolodex style, as you can see. Our tools and resources, this is where your tools and resources are. This is basically your support stuff, really. Stuff like your auto transport directory. If you want to find auto haulers, here you have this section here, which is search freight brokers. If you want to search just for freight brokers, that's going to take you to the zip code site where you can search for freight. If you want to search for shippers, you come here, you search, your shippers. Just takes you to your zip code site where you can search the shippers. And this, I think, is a holding page. That tells you about tools and resources. And this is for your access to Mr. Mundy's platform. If you need to get his ebook or anything like that through Access Logistics, okay? And the way these work is very simple. Is you click on one of these, and it's going to pull up the actual holding page for it. When you click on it, there it is right there. Pulls up the holding page, takes you about what this area is, okay? Search 19 million shippers, standard industrial classification, which is the acronym for SIC, which is the SIC system, which we call a SIC code site. System search allows the user to search all 19 million plus domestic shippers. Then when you click on the link, it takes you right over, and all you got to do is start searching. Start searching for whatever you want to. If you want to search shippers, now remember, you do not need to do this if you are a dispatcher. You don't need to do this. Now, you can do this, yes. You can go ahead and start searching for your shippers, and I just put in lumber. You can pull up some of the lumber companies, and it's going to pull them all up, and all the classifications, Universal Forest Products, in Grand Rapids, everybody knows them. You can pull up them, and it will pull up their information, tells you all about them, gives you all their contact information, everything you need to know about that company. It gives you everything you need to know about that company, okay? Tells you what type of products they move, give you all their phone numbers, all their fax numbers, gives you the website address, gives you the email address. It gives you everything you need to know, okay? And then it even gives you a contact person and tells you who to contact, all right? It gives you all the information about the company, what type of products they ship, where they ship them to, and everything. even has a tool here. We've gone over this several times. It even has a tool here where if you click on it, it pulls up and it tells you how much they pay carriers to move their freight, okay, to whatever state that you're going to be moving it to. If you're moving it to, wherever, it's gonna pull up. It's gonna tell you what they pay by the pallet, by the truckload, or by the partial drive-in, or whatever the case may be. Okay, and those are just starting points. If you want to get on there, you want to talk to them about rates and all that type of stuff, that's up to you. Okay, but you have access. Okay, this is your access to every shipper in the United States. If you want to contact shippers, okay, that's to it. All right. Now, let's get out of this. All right. But that's your access there. But now, so familiarize yourself with the back office, area, and familiarize yourself with the functions of each one of these. Okay. Now, again, let's go through the steps. The first thing you're going to do when you get into our back office, the first thing you're going to do when you gain access to our back office, the very first thing is you're going to learn the script. Okay? Learn the script. Okay? After you learn the script, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to learn this dispatch service agreement. All right? Why? Because you have to learn the script, because nothing happens until you get a carrier signed up. You're not going to get a carrier signed up if you don't know what to say to them. Okay? I mean, let's just be honest. And if you're looking for the script, all you got to do is look for the truck with the money on the back of it. How much money do you need to move your truck? Okay? That's the script. If you're looking for the script, this is it. The truck that's pulling the money. That's the script. If you hover your cursor over it, it'll pull up and tells you how much do you need to move your truck. Okay? This is your script. This is what you all need to learn. Before you do anything, learn the script. In fact, step 1, learn script. Step 2, learn script. Step 3 and 4, guess what it's going to be? Learn script. After you finish those 4 steps, then you go to step 5, which is what? Learn the dispatch agreement. After you learn the dispatch agreement, then you start making phone calls. Okay? It's just that simple. But don't try to start making phone calls before you learn the script, because you're just going to burn a lot of clientele. Now, that's what you want to do, that's fine. Some of you learn better that way. But you got to learn the script. If you don't learn the script, I promise you, you're not going to sign up any carriers. A lot of you are going to be calling carriers. They're going to be hanging up on you. They're going to be going out saying all types of stuff to you, and you're not going to know how to. You're not going to know how to respond to them. You're not going to know how to rebuttal against their objections, because you haven't learned the script. You must learn the script. What does the script look like? This is the script. Okay, this is the script. How much money do you need in order to move your truck? Now, I don't say the in order part. I keep it very simple. How much money do you need to move your truck? It's just that simple. Okay, and the script is very simple. Okay, in fact, let's do something here. Let's do something. I'm going to do something for you all. And let's get out of this real quick. And I'm going to make a phone call. We're going to make a phone call. We're going to do a live call here, just to show you all how this thing works live. Okay, we're going to make a live call here. Let's go out here and let's find some carriers. Let's find some carriers. And where do we go to find carriers? We go to find carriers in, not freight terminal. Not, is it low board? No. I think this is it right here. Direct freight. No, that's not it. Yeah, Quick Transport Solutions. All right. This is the site that we encourage y'all to go to find carriers. Okay, go to the link. It's gonna pull them up. All right. Remember what we told you? If you're looking for carriers, you're gonna go over here where it says resources. You're gonna click on the resource page. Over here, we're gonna search trucking companies or find loads and trucks. We're gonna go search trucking companies. Okay. Click the search trucking companies. Look, I pulled that up right there. Search trucking companies. Quick little search link there. We're gonna look up. Let's say, let's pick somebody. Pick a state. I want y'all to pick. I want y'all to think I'm just cherry picking. Somebody pick a state. Somebody give me a state to pick. What's that? North Carolina. All right. Somebody just put in North Carolina. Can you come on and say that out loud? Because I don't want the people at home thinking I'm just because they can't see you all's text. And they'll go, oh, you just picked that yourself. We didn't hear anybody say North Carolina. but I do have for those of you who are watching this video later, when you're watching this, you don't see the messages that get sent over to me. There's a chat message that comes over from the students who are on with me. They send me a chat. Sometimes they'll unmute themselves and talk to me, but I got a lot of shy students. I don't know why. A lot of them are shy. They don't want to be heard on the video. So they stay real quiet, like church house mouses. Like church house mice. I guess that's the correct term. But someone just texted me in North Carolina. Matter of fact, since they don't want to talk, I'm gonna put their name out there. Keisha Howard. Since she don't want to talk, I'm gonna put her name out there. Keisha Howard just texted me and said North Carolina. So y'all ain't gonna making this up. Keisha told me to pick North Carolina. All right, let's go to North Carolina. North Carolina. All right, we're gonna look for. I always suggest that you all look for 1 to 5 trucks. We have a better shot at signing up carriers that own 1 to 5 trucks versus carriers that own 6 to 10, 11 to 20, 20 to 50, 50 to 100, and 100 plus. Okay. Please don't try to go more than a carrier that has more than 10 trucks until you are very good at this, because you're going to be spinning your wheels trying to contact a lot of these big carriers. They're not going to pay attention to you. They're not going to listen to you. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not being negative. I'm being straight with you. Okay. And besides, you got more than enough carriers on the 1 to 5 and 6 to 10 to keep you busy. Trust me on that. Okay. Trust me on that. Let's look at the 1 to 5 trucks. Carriers that have 1 to 5 trucks in North Carolina. Now in North Carolina, you have 34,581 carriers that are listed that have 1 to 5 trucks. Now, let's go ahead and narrow this down a little bit more, because we don't want to be calling hot shots and box vans and splinter vans and things like that. So let's narrow this down. Go over here to the operations side, and we're gonna look for guys that run what? Interstate or intrastate? Does anybody know the difference? Can anybody tell me what the difference is between inter and intrastate trucking? Anybody? Somebody come on. Don't be shy. Get on here and share the mic with me.
Hey, Calvin. Interstate is when you can travel from state to state. Intrastate is in-state. Is that correct?
Give that lady a gold star. All right, she hit it right on the head. Give her a gold star. And that was who? Miss Tiffany? Who was this?
Tiffany, yes.
Okay, Tiffany Rose. All right, that was Miss Tiffany Rose. Is it Rose or Rouse?
Rouse.
Okay, Tiffany. That was Miss Tiffany Rouse. All right, so we're gonna go interstate. Why? Because we want to go from state to state, right? We want to go state to state. We don't want a carrier that's gonna keep you within the same state. That guy don't want to make no money. So don't waste your time with him. We gotta go to the interstate carriers. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna go to the interstate carrier. We're gonna go to the ones that has 1 to 5 tractors. Now, a lot of you probably saying, what's tractors and what's trucks? Well, trucks is the truck. Tractors is what they're talking about, is the actual thing that they're pulling. I know it's a trailer. You use a trailer, but for some reason they have it here as tractors. I don't know why they just do. All right, but let's roll with it. Let's search. So we want to narrow that search down a little bit. All right. Now, well, that narrows it down considerably. It took us from 34,000 down to 7,484, which is still a lot. Still a lot for just one state. Okay, North Carolina. We're still in North Carolina. Now, let's go through here and get some trucks. Somebody give me a trucking company pick. Somebody, y'all see these trucking companies, tell me which one you want me to call. We have KG, we have White's Transit, we have One Trucking LLC. Talk to me. What y'all want me to choose? Somebody has typed in. Nobody wants to tell me which one to choose? Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to choose one. So I don't want people to think I'm cherry picking here. All right, man. Pull up a number here. We're going to call, let's see here. Since I don't want y'all to think I'm just calling the first one on top of the what-you-call-it here. All right. Looks like we're going to call Steve Allen Trucking. Okay, he is in Franklin, North Carolina. He has one truck, two drivers. Okay, one truck, two drivers. Let's see what his contact information says. Pull up his contact convo information. But now what y'all might want to do is you might want to kind of check these guys out before you call them. And here's and I like this site because it gives you some background information on the carrier before you call them. It tells you this carrier has one truck. Okay, good prospect. Has two drivers. This may be a what? A long haul or an overhaul or a two drivers vehicle for what they call
team.
Thank you. Be a team driver. This is probably a team organization where they drive as a team and where the truck does not stop. That's a good one to call because you know they'll run just about anywhere. Okay. Let me give y'all a heads up. These team drivers is the way to go because they want to run. That's why they're teams. Okay. All right. So let's call Mr. Franklin up, but you can do a little background work on Mr. Franklin if you want to. He's got his information here as far as trucking location, Google Map. It also tells you some information on some of these little back stuff. Tells you how active they are and how many runs they've had, and how many stops they've had at the checkpoints and the DOT checkpoints and things like that. So it gives you an idea of how active that driver is. Okay, it tells you how many inspections they've had and the whole 9 yards. Now, if you notice here, this one basically says number of inspections with at least 1 hour's out of service violation, 0. So I like that. This guy is pretty clean. Okay, pretty clean guy. Now that could mean that he's clean, but it could mean that he ain't running. But let's call him up. All right, we're gonna give him a call. We're gonna give him a call. What is his number? What's that? 84? Here we go. See? You see, there we go. See, that guy is disconnected. All right, that's some of the things that we get sometimes. All right, so let's go back. So he is out of business. So if you called him up or anything, go back and double check because Mr. Steve Trucking is no longer in business. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna go back now and look for another guy. Let's look for find somebody who looks like they might be in business. KG looks like that sounds like a person who might know what he's doing and he wants to be in. He probably been in business for a while. Let's see here. Let's call Mr. KG up and see what's going on with him. Mr. KG. Information. Some of y'all probably done called these guys already. Because I'm picking the ones right at the top of the list. So some of y'all have called them. And so don't be surprised if we get someone that says, didn't I talk to you the other day or last week? Something like that. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Mr. KG not picking up his phone right now. Could be driving.
Your call has been forwarded to an
I'll leave
automated
him a
voice
message.
messaging system. 941504057 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, I am trying to locate KG Trucking. If this is KG Trucking, please give me a call back at 866-973-6445, extension 1 or extension 2. This is Calvin Butler with the National Network of Independent Dispatchers, more than 13 dispatchers strong, and we want to help you find the kind of freight that you want that gets you the kind of money you need to move your truck. I appreciate you listening to this message, and I look forward to hearing from you. Later. Bye. All right. He wasn't in, but you always, if you're going to leave a message, make sure it's an exciting message, okay? Make sure it's something that's going to perk their interest. You don't want to give away too much information, but you give them enough to say, let me call them back. They may have something I want, but that's the kind of message you want to leave. Let me see if we can find someone who is, in fact, if any of you have somebody you want me to call, someone that maybe you have contacted who may have told you no. If you know of someone you contacted and they picked up the phone and they told you no, hey, give me the phone number. I'll make a call to them right now live and see if we can change their mind. Okay? Now, there's nothing better than hearing a pitch from someone that's been told no, and then hearing a pitch and find someone that can change their mind. That right there will tell you all the difference in the way that you do your pitch and the way that I do my pitch. Okay? In fact, I think that would be a better choice. If you have someone who you have contacted and they've either told you no or they had told you that they just kind of blew you off or whatever the case may be, unmute yourself and give me the information or just type it over to me and we'll make that phone call. But let's see if we, but in the meantime, see if we can find someone who is available. 26 Logistics. I don't know who that is. That sounds interesting. But let's try them. Let's try 26. Let's try 26. 3005. But if any of you have someone you want me to call, send over to me and we'll make that phone call. If he don't pick up, we're going to move on. But hello? Hey, how you doing? Is this 26 Logistics?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, down there. Yeah, North Carolina?
No, I'm in Georgia right now.
Oh, okay, you're in Georgia. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't too far from me, man. I'm down here in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what kind of truck you running?
Regular truck.
Okay, dry van. Dry van. All right, cool. Look, man, the reason why I'm calling is this. I'm Calvin Butler. I'm with the National Network of Dispatchers. We are the largest network of independent dispatchers in the country, more than 1,300 dispatch firms strong. We all work together to find carriers like you the freight that they need to give them the money you need to move your truck. And I've only got one question for you. And that question is, how much money do you need to move your truck?
How much money do I need to move my truck?
Yeah.
$1,000.
$1,000. All right. So what you're saying is, you don't just want $1,000 because if you're picking up a load that's running 900 miles, you want more than $1,000. I know that. I know better than that, right?
Yeah, I don't do no loads for $1,000.
Exactly. Exactly. So in other words, what I'm asking you is this. If I ask you how much money you need to move your truck, and the reason why I ask you is because we understand that not every carrier can move their truck for the same amount of money. Because you have expenses that nobody else has. Everybody don't have the same expenses. Everybody don't have the same type of stuff at home. that they got to take care of, right? So with that being said, tell me, for loads that's going more than 500 miles, you want loads that's paying at least $2.25 or $2.50
No,
or
I don't do that, boss.
I understand.
I've been in business for 3 years, man. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I got freight. I have plenty of freight.
I understand.
So I don't even use dispatch companies because y'all got to get a percentage of the money.
I understand, but let me ask you a question.
Yes.
But let me ask you a question. If you're looking for freight one day and all the freight that you find is paying you $2.10 per mile, but not,
I ain't gonna do that though.
but I understand. But just listen to me, okay?
Go ahead.
Just listen to me for a second. If the freight that you have for that day, okay, because everybody at some point in time hits the point to where they gotta find some freight. Everybody don't have freight all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now there's gonna be some.
I'm honest with y'all dude, because see, this is the deal. I got contracts. I'm UIA certified, so I run out of port.
Okay.
All the time. So
So-
I get called. I don't have
So you got all dedicated freight.
a lot.
Okay. So if I called you up one day and say I got a load that's paying $5 per mile going 60 miles, you wouldn't take it?
Probably not. You say $5 a mile going 60 miles.
Yeah, you wouldn't take it.
I might not take it.
Or $5 a mile, I'm just going 800 miles. You wouldn't take it.
No, it depends on, sir. Sometimes I got freight. I don't want to go certain. I stay in a certain.
I understand. But if I called you up with the freight you wanted at the price you wanted it, you wouldn't take it.
Probably not, unless my factory company got a good grade. The amount of money don't matter sometimes.
I'm saying it, but every load that we call on is factored. Every load. I'm not going to call you a load that's not factored.
Yeah, but I use a certain factory company.
Okay, then we'll use your factory company.
Huh?
Then the load will use your factory company.
But this is the deal. I understand you trying to sell a business. You ain't listening to me.
I'm listening to you.
I don't use dispatch companies.
And I'm just asking you, why not?
Why do I have to?
I'm not saying you have to, because look.
I'm asking me.
I understand.
I don't use it.
I understand.
There ain't no reason why.
I understand.
I own the company and I don't want to.
I understand. All I'm asking you is this. If I called you up one day and said, hey, I got a whole bunch of good paying freight, paying $8 a mile, going 8,000 miles, or going 900 miles, or going 1,200 miles, or whatever the case may be, and it's great paying freight, you wouldn't take it?
Apparently you ain't listening to me.
I'm listening to you. I just asked you a simple question. If you wouldn't take it, just say, no, I won't take it, and I understand.
I don't want nobody looking for freight.
I understand.
Okay.
So you don't want this load that I'm looking at that's paying $6.25 per mile.
Man, I see loads paying $10 a mile.
Okay, then great. So if I find your load that's paying paying $11 a mile, would you take it?
I turn down freight, man, all the time. Yes,
I understand that. But you're also telling me that you run freight all the time.
Yeah.
So if you run...
I got my own freight. I don't need your freight.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. So what type of freight you run?
I'm just asking, we gotta have this conversation, sir.
Look, I understand, but look. There's a reason. Look, there's a reason. I know what you're saying, but let me listen to you. I understand. But let me ask you a question. But let me ask you a question. But let me ask you one question. Why are you still on the phone? Because you could have hung up at any time. I understand that. Look, 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 look,
but I don't want to be disrespectful
look,
to you, sir, because you
look.
talk to me like a respected guy.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to be disrespectful. To you.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why.
So if that's the case, you're honestly telling me that if I find you a great paying load that's paying great money.
I told you that. How many times do I got to tell you I don't need your service?
I understand. You may not need my service.
If I needed your service, I would call you.
I'm not asking you about my service. I'm asking you about freight.
Y'all have loads. I can't move my truck. I ain't moved in 7 months, man. I need to move.
Okay.
I'm at your mercy.
I
But
understand.
I don't do that.
I understand.
So I don't like soliciting calls. If you ain't calling me to say, hey, this is such and such, I'm a broker, I got this freight, can you move this freight? It's paying this much money, and the load picks up here and it goes there.
But that's exactly why I'm calling you. That's exactly why I'm calling you.
But you didn't say you was a broker.
No, because look. That's exactly why I'm calling you. The reason why I'm calling you is this, and you just hit the nail right on the head. Because legally, I can't call you and just throw you a whole bunch of freight out there. I have to call you with a specific load and say to you, here's what I have. Now, in order to do that legally, I have to have your consent. You have to tell me what it is you want or what you won't accept. So if you tell me legally by putting it on paper and sending me something saying that, hey, I only want loads. Exactly. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Look, this is exactly what I'm saying. Look. Our service is not like anybody else's service. We don't sign you into a locked-in contract. That's not what we do. Huh? Listen to what I'm saying. We have hundreds of brokers who are signed on with our network. Okay, hold on.
If y'all are not brokers, if you cannot broker
all right.
you're wasting the phone call.
I understand
I'm
that.
trying to tell you, you're wasting the phone call, sir.
Hold up. Didn't you just tell me that the only calls you want is when people call you and say, I got this much freight going?
I just said, now listen to me now. I'm going to say it one more time, and that's going to be my last say, and then I'm going to hang the phone up if you ain't trying to hear me. If y'all are not brokers, if you do not have broken number, you're wasting a phone call. I've
got 342 broken numbers.
Listen, you said you got broken numbers. If your company, I'm going to say it one more, this is my last time. If your company does not have a broken number, you're wasting a phone call.
My company has broken numbers. My company has access to over 342 brokers who are signed on with our network. And the only time they call you.
What is your broker number?
We don't need a broker number.
Okay. Hey, sir, you're wasting the phone.
I'm going to be calling.
I'm about to hang up the phone right now.
Okay, but didn't you just tell me that you wanted brokers to call you? All right. As you all can see, me personally, I don't let anyone go until they do one of two things. They hang up the phone, or they say, send me a contract. Okay? That's how you got to be. I don't care if I piss people off, because you know why? Because if he's not going to do business with me, guess what? He's never going to do business with me. But I'm going to make sure that before he gets off the phone, I'm going to know for sure that he's not going to do business with me. Now, if I piss him off, don't bother me one bit. If he goes out and says, I never want to talk to that guy again, don't bother me one bit, because guess what? I was never going to get his business anyway. This is how you have to be on the phone with carriers, okay? Not all of them are going to be that way. Yeah, you're going to get quite a few of them that are going to be like that, but guess what? He almost flipped. There was a point in the conversation when he said, here's what I want. And when he said that, and then he caught himself, because he said, here's what I want. I want brokers calling me that's telling me they got this much, paying this much, and paying that much, going this way and going that. Well, that's exactly what we do. We only call an area when we have what they want. But before we can tell them what they want, we have to have a profile sheet that tells us what they need. We can't just arbitrarily just shotgun freight out. Yes, brokers can do that. We cannot do that. As dispatchers, you can't do that. those of you who are brokers, you can do that. Okay? So if you are a broker, if you want to call this guy back, he'll sign up with you if you are a broker. But he is so spoiled against the term dispatch because he's looking at it from the way other dispatchers operate. The way other dispatchers operate is they call up, they sign to a contract. A lot of them want him to be on an exclusive contract. That's not what we do. We don't do exclusive contracts. Matter of fact, we don't even call them up every day saying and just start throwing numbers out there. We find out what it is they want. Now, if he'd have been honest and said, okay, the only type of loads that I want to pull, if it's going less than 500 miles, it's got to be paying this much money or better. And then if he says that, guess what? Then we fall into that criteria, what he said he wanted. I want brokers to call me with loads that's paying X amount of money going X amount of miles. Okay? The case, then we fall exactly into what he's looking for. Why? Because the only time that we actually contact the carrier is when we have what they want. If we don't have what they want, guess what? They'll never hear from us. He would never, ever hear from us if we don't have what he wants. Now, if he tells us what he wants, then we go out and we find exactly what he wants, and that's the only thing we call him with. Nothing less than what he wants. There'll be plenty of times we'll call him with more than what he wants, but we would never contact him with anything less than what he wants. Okay. Questions on that call? Anybody have any questions on that call? Questions, feedback. Let's talk about that call. Because I know a lot of you get calls like that, and a lot of you are not as tenacious as I am, but that's just how I am on the phone. That's why I have 317 carriers. That's why if I make 10 phone calls, I'm going to get 7 people to sign up. I'm not saying I'm going to get 7 people to sign up happily, but I'm going to get 7 people to sign up. Because by the time I'm done with them, they're either going to say, hang up, block me, don't call me no more. And I don't let them go until they hang up. I would never, ever, 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 ever hang up on a phone. And as long as they're on the phone, guess what? We're still talking about signing them up on a dispatch agreement. All right, questions. Anybody have a question on that call or a comment on that call or have an experience to share about a call like that? If you want to chime in and have a question, now is the time to do it before we move on. Going once. Going twice. All right, we're moving on. All right. The next thing that you all need to do is, I'm hearing beeping here. Does someone have something to say? All right. The next thing what you all want to do is, first of all, make as many phone calls as possible.
I'm sorry. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah. Yeah, that's much better. You have a question?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how to get into it. Like with that carrier right there. He was pretty much he pretty much ran for himself, and he had dedicated freight, right? But
yeah.
Is there a way that he could have been flipped?
Yeah.
Like if you would have spent a little bit more time with him.
Look, he almost flipped himself. He almost flipped, because a lot of this is about listening too. And yes, I do talk a lot, but I'm listening to him. I'm looking for, what I'm doing is this. I'm poking at his armor, because he's got his shield up, but I'm looking for kinks in his armor. So when I keep asking him the same questions back and forth, and he keeps staying on the phone, but that lets me know, okay, first of all, you're still on the phone. Yeah, I understand he said this is about respect. Now, that ain't about respect. Because if somebody calls you up and if they're really, really, really annoying you, what are you going to do? You're going to hang up the phone, because no one is controlling your arm. That's why I just put it to a face and say, well, you're still on the phone. So obviously you're on the phone for a reason, because there's something about what I said to him that piqued his
interest,
his curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And when he made the statement, what I want is if a broker, I want brokers to call me up and tell me they got this much money on the freight, is going this many miles. I can pick it up at a certain date and certain time. Remember when he made that statement? And then when he made it, I came back with exactly what I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had to backtrack. Then he backtracks. Well, no. Well, I don't want that. Well, you just told me that that's what you wanted. Because if that's what you want, our network can supply that for you. Because within our network, we got over 300 brokers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to deal with brokers, guess what? We got over 300 of them, 342 of them, to be exact. All with MC numbers and DOT numbers or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
well,
if that's what you want.
Doesn't the broker pay us anyway?
Exactly. The broker does pay us.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Hey, Mom, I'm in my conference call with my students right now. Say that again now?
I said the broker.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. I'm sorry. That was my mom.
Okay.
That call.
I understand.
They're over there. But yeah, I mean, he's paid by a broker anyway.
Okay, because what I was saying was his rebuttal was he didn't want us getting money out of his pay, but he doesn't pay us. We get paid from the broker, right?
No. He gets paid from the broker.
Okay.
He gets paid. Now he was right. He does pay the dispatch. A dispatch can only get paid by the carrier. But my rebuttal to that is this: if you are a carrier and you tell me you want loads, if the load runs more than 500 miles, you needed to pay. If he says $8, going more than 500 miles, he needs to load to pay at least $310, $320, or whatever the case may be, right? All right, great. And if our fee is 10%, right? But he's already told me that he wants loads if it's going more than 500, he needs to pay at least $3.20 per mile, right?
Yeah.
So what am I looking for? I'm looking for loads that's paying what? $3.40 a mile, right?
Right. You're going above
what
he's going to pay you to get your cut.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what he's paying me. Why? Because he's still getting what he
wanted.
He's getting what he wants.
Right.
That's why our script starts off with, how much money do you need to move your truck?
Right.
And his first response was $1,000, which is kind of crazy because, okay, I give you $1,000, to run 900 miles. You gonna take that load? Of course not.
Right.
Of course not. And believe it or not, he was exaggerating a lot.
I was listening to him.
He was exaggerating a lot. So there's not a carrier out there unless they are signed on with a company and they're running company loads. Now, they're a Landstar carrier and they're contracted with Landstar and Landstar supplying them with loads. Yeah, I can understand that. But if he's an independent, like he says he is, this guy only has 2 trucks, and he's an independent. Ain't no way in the world he running loads like that every day, all day, and not have to look for loads. Okay, because if he's an independent with 2 trucks, unless he's signed on, company. Look right here. It says right here, cargo haul by 26 Logistics. Okay, he has hauled general freight. He has hauled meat. He has hauled paper products. He has hauled refrigerated food. He has hauled towaway. So what does that tell you? That he is not locked in to a whole just dedicated freight like that. Because he's hauled a whole bunch of different stuff. And if you're locked into dedicated freight, guess what? You're hauling the same thing all the time, right? Now, I could have called him on that, but I'm looking at his information right here. That's why I want to pull this information up. So when you call him up, you talk to him. Now, if he tells you something that's out of the norm, and then you got down here, 26 Logistics provides service to these states. He's been in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia. But he said he's dedicated, right?
Right.
That's BS.
Right.
He's not dedicated.
So he can get a call back. He can get a call back.
So if you look at that, I mean, by all means, give him a call back.
I'm just saying, he could be persuaded.
Yeah, because look, you catch him on one of them days when he's hungry, I guarantee he'll stay on that phone. Because look, no carrier, unless you have dedicated contracts. Because even our carriers, like I said, we have 317 carriers, and a lot of those are dedicated. But we only have out of that 317, only about 45, maybe not even 50% are dedicated freight. And out of the 45% that is dedicated, is only about 25% of it is dedicated both ways. You understand what I'm saying? Where it runs up and runs back the same way from Bainbridge to Chicago with the peanut run. It takes it up to a plant, takes the bushels up, and it brings the finished ones back, the planters in the jars and stuff back down, back to the same plant. You don't find a whole lot of dedicated freight like that. Okay? Right. And the other portion of our dedicated freight is one way, where it's dedicated going down, but you got to find backhauls back up. Right. And then and that's about another 25, maybe 30%. So we got another almost 50% dedicated is what's called non-contracted dedicated freight. Right. What we call sub-dedicated, where there's no contract that locks you in, but if you show up there every morning, you're going to pick that load up and it runs to the same place all day, every day. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
So there's a whole bunch of dedicated freight, but ain't no carrier, especially if he's running this many places, all the places that he's running, all the different type of loads that he's carried. No. He's not strictly dedicated like that. He's not.
He needs a dispatcher.
Yeah, because I'm looking at his information. Information is telling me something totally different. Okay, vehicle maintenance, roadside performance measures 4, maintenance violations 1, inspection violations he's had 1. So that guy's not dedicated. Okay. A lot of that was posturing, and a lot of it was just whatever it may be. But anyway, so Charles says that he may be PO. Okay, he said port work. Yeah, he does some port work, and that's the one down here that says where he probably here in Florida. The port work he's probably doing where it says intermodal. That's the port work, right? Oh, a power only. No, I don't think he's a power only. He may be power only. Where he's picking up where he's picking up dropping hooks. So he might be, but it says right here on his equipment, which lets me know he's not power only, because his equipment that he has refrigerated / van, which means he has a reefer that he uses as a van, as a driver, as well. Okay, and if he was dedicated, he wouldn't have this many locations that he's ran to. Ain't nowhere in the world. Dedicated runs you back and forth, runs you down, you find a way back up. Runs you up, you find a way back down. One or the other. You're not going to be running New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia on dedicated freight. Not. No. That's like you trying to speak English to me, but I only speak Mandarin. I don't, me no comprende. I would got to understand none of that. I don't understand. Me no speak of that. So, it's got to make sense. Okay? All right. Now, that was a good live call. Why? Because you got to see how tenacious you have to be in order to stay on the phone with some of these people. Now, look. I know I pissed him off. Do I care? No. Because if he is that pissed off, he's never going to work with me anyway. Okay? He's never going to work with me. So, listen, if that's what you want to do, and then make another phone call. It's as simple as that. Okay? But that's how this works. You got to make phone calls. Now, I guarantee you, if you make 10 of them, and if you pitch it the right way, you got to get at least 2 or 3 of them that's going to sign up. And if you're halfway decent at it, you may get 5 or 6 of them to sign up. Okay? Because you're not going to run into all guys like that. And you got over 7,000 of them to contact. Remember, there's over 7,000 in, where are we at? North Carolina? 7,000 right here in North Carolina that has 1 to 5 trucks. And that's where you want to stay, within the truck range. That's the that you can call. All right? So if you're looking on Google, if you're looking on Truckers Pass, yeah, you can find carriers there too, but your best bet to find carriers is on this site right here, okay, which is one that we have in the back office that says Quick Transport. Okay, remember, go to your resources. When you get the resources, look over here for the red panel. Scroll down and click where it says Search Trucking Companies. When you click Search Trucking Companies, all you got to do is come back up here and put in your criteria of what you're looking for. Okay? Now, that's a lot of trucking companies in North Carolina. You got over 10,000 of them right there. Now, if you want to look for them in different states, let's say Mississippi, so how many they got in Mississippi? Look for Mississippi, 1 to 5, interstate, search, bam, what do you get? You got another 4,000 trucking companies, 4,021. If you look in Florida, you got how many? Click search, it's going to pull it up. In Florida, you've got 31,956. Look, you're never, ever going to run out of carriers to call, okay? If you're looking for carriers, this is where you find them at, okay, hands down. So if you have a question about where to find carriers, come back and look at this video, which is going to be number 50. This is going to be number 50 in the series, okay? This is video number 50 in our Earn While You Learn training, the series, okay? A lot of carriers. Now, your next step after, let's say you find the carrier signed up with you. You got to move on here. Let's say the carrier has signed up with you, all right, and everything. The carrier signed up with you. Your next step is you got to send them what? A dispatch agreement. You're going to send them the dispatch agreement. Where you're going to dispatch agreement? Well, like I said, you got to learn. Let's see here. I got my. There we go. Move some of the stuff out the way. All right. I'm looking at a lot of stuff that you all are not seeing. But anyway, the next step is you got to get your dispatch agreement. So you got to come down here where it says agreement, forms, and documents. Okay? You filed your carrier. All right? Carriers agreed to sign up with you. You got to send them a dispatch agreement. If you come over here and you click this one right here, where it's got the lady and the guy both looking at the tablet, they're looking at a dispatch agreement. That's the one you want to someone for if you are a dispatcher. If you are a broker, you're going to click the one over here with the guy by himself who's looking at one, because you got to have a broker agreement. Okay, but this is the one you're going to click on if you're looking for the dispatch agreement. You're going to come here, you're going to click on it, pull it up. It's going to tell you this is your dispatch agreement. You're going to open it up. You got to have Microsoft Word to open this. Again, you have to have Microsoft Word. You have to have Windows operating system. If you don't have Windows operating system, you don't have Microsoft Word, it is not going to open up unless you transfer it over to a PDF. Okay, you can do that, but if you transfer it over to a PDF, it's going to be hard for you to edit the product and put in your name and all the stuff you need to put in. This is your dispatch agreement. Okay, so make sure you all learn the dispatch agreement. First thing you got to learn is what? The script. Second thing you got to learn is what? The dispatch agreement. Know where to go find your carriers. Why? Because carriers is the key. You cannot operate this business without having a carrier sign up to a dispatch agreement, because that is the Better Motors carrier. That is their statute. That's the only way for you to do this legally. That's why when I told him that I cannot legally do anything for you unless I have you under a dispatch agreement, and our dispatch agreement is not exclusive, which means you don't have to just deal with us, and we're not just shotgunning your load. We're only going to call you with loads that you want. But this is your dispatch agreement. Please be sure and you learn this. If you want to edit your dispatch agreement and type in your information and stuff, click where it says editable editing. You click on that, and then that would allow you to start editing the agreement, where you can actually go in and put in what you want to put into it, and you can change it and put in your name and stuff, like right there. You can put your name in right there, your address goes right there, your phone number goes there, your email address goes here. And of course, the dispatch agreement, you go over it. That's the owner or the driver, your name and stuff, information goes into the yellow spaces. Everything that's yellow, that's above the fee line. The fee line is 10%. There it is right there. There's your fee line. Everything that's above the fee line that's in yellow, that's where your information goes. Everything that's below the fee line that's in yellow, that's where the carrier's information goes. And of course, you sign it down here where it says dispatcher signature. You put in print your name or your company name in there. You put your signature down here. The carrier puts his company name in there, puts his signature right there, and bam, 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 there you go. He can print his name underneath his signature right there as well. Okay, but this is your dispatch agreement. Make sure you read it, understand it, make sure you learn it. Okay, because that's what you're gonna have to send out to the carrier once you get a carrier that agrees to sign up with you. Okay. Now, for those of you who want to hear the pitch, go back and just watch the last video. I'm not going to do the pitch every time we come on, because the last few videos we went over the pitch, we did role playing, and you got a chance to see how the pitch works. Okay, so go back and watch the last video, number 49 and 48. Both of those have the pitch in it. Okay, both of those have the pitch in it, so you can go back and get that. All right, in the dispatch agreement, the other agreement you got to pull up that you got to send them is, hold on here, get out of this. The other agreement you got to pull up is, you've got to pull up what's called a profile sheet. Now, I don't think I have the profiles in here yet, but I will be sure and load it up there. Now, if you want a copy of the profile, you can go to our Facebook page. And only people who are in our chat group are going to be able to pull up that profile sheet. If you're not a part of our chat group, if you haven't been authorized to be in our chat group, you're not going to be able to pull it up. All right? You're not going to be able to pull it up. You're going to come here. You're going to come to our Facebook page. And you'll see here when it pulls up. There we go. Over here to the far right, if you scroll down on our Facebook chat group, a lot of members in that chat group there, as y'all can see. But if you scroll down, you'll see an area that says shared files. Okay, in the shared files area, you have the profile sheet. You have a whole bunch of them. These are different ones from different companies that have shared their profile sheet. Here's Switch's profile form. Another one of our students, here is their profile form. And you can copy these and use them. I'm going to load some of them up in the back office. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately. But this is the profile form. This is one from Switch Dispatch, company that's within our company. They ask for the carrier's name, city and state. Do they want to run in the mountains? Yes or no. What type of equipment they have, power, trailer, flatbed, step deck, reefer, dry van, whatever, 48 or 53 foot. Long haul, yes or no. Short haul, yes or no. Those, yes or no. Max load capacity, how much weight you want to carry, what off days you want, any additional comments. Now, I would have put a little bit more information in this one, how much money. They kind of forgot the very main thing, which is how much money. And as a matter of fact, let me show you one from Charles Mundy. One that he does, Exodus. Here's a little bit more complete. You may want to use this one instead. As y'all can see, his is very complete. His carrier preference, same thing, power, short loads, whatever. I'm like, he asked for the money either. Charles, you didn't ask for the money? Charles, your profile sheet doesn't ask for the money? Well, Charles might be off, so we're doing something right now. Thought he was still on here. All right, but find your profile sheet that asks for the money. Let's see if we can find one that asks for the money. Well, let's look at ours. Look at ours, RBBS, the one that we use. Let's look at the one that we use, because I know we asked for the money. RBBS, let's cancel this PowerPoint presentation. All right, look for the. I know we asked for the money. All right. Oh no, that's something different. That's not even a profile sheet. That's our profile. Give me a second here. Give me a second here, y'all. I will find it. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Let me find this carrier profile sheet. Find the right type of carrier profile sheet. One to ask for the money. All right, here's one. All right, that's it. All right, this is the right one. Okay. Company name, size, equipment, max, minimum cost per mile. See how he has that in there? Weight, he has it all in there. What region he wants to run, keep me south, take me to what's called the money, etc. Other notes. But yeah, this is the one you want. You want the one that asks for the money. Minimum cost per mile, CPM. He wants $2.25 per mile, or whatever, or just whatever it is that they want to put in there. He's giving them an example of what to put there. So make sure your profile sheet asks for the money, asks for where they want to go or where they go, how they want to run, because you have to have this to be legal, to be a legal dispatcher. Okay, if you're not following this type of steps to dispatching freight, you are operating illegally, because you're supposed to have a pre-existing agreement to find the carrier suitable freight, persuading to the carrier's specific criteria. Okay, that's what makes you legal as an independent dispatcher. Okay, you have to follow that statute, and this is what's going to get you set up with the right type of statute. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send this to everybody that's on here right now, so you all will have a copy of it. There it is. So now you all have it. That's copy the profile sheet. Copy that one, save it, change it to how you want it to fit for your company. But there it is. There's your profile sheet. Okay. All right. Now, after you send them the profile sheet, some of you have been saying that you sent out your, some of you actually contacted carriers, and the carriers said, yeah, go ahead and shoot me over the agreement, but you haven't gotten it back. They haven't sent it back. How many of you have sent out? How many of you have sent out your dispatch agreement to a carrier that said that they wanted it, but they didn't send it back? No one's had that happen? I'm pretty sure someone has. All right. Well, if you have, y'all are awfully quiet. Is any people on here? So y'all know, and y'all speak. I got Mr. Nelson. I got Miss Lisa Harris. I got Keisha Howard. I got Freddie Mullins, Tiffany Rouse. I mean, Rick Allen. Y'all some shy people today. Gwendolyn Hubbard. Mr. Moore's on the line. Miss Nicholson's on the line. Regina's on the line. And y'all just as quiet as church house mice. I mean, what's going on? Y'all pretty quiet today. All right. Anonymous says, I have. All right. That's my question is going to be to you. Have you did your follow-up? Have you did your follow-up call? Because remember, there's a follow-up script. Okay, now the follow-up script is not one that's written down, because the follow-up script it's got to be a little bit more off the cuff. Your follow-up script has got to go to the point to where you're not being as formal as you was before, but you got to light a fire underneath the person you want them to send back that I'm going to do a quick role play here on the follow-up Does anyone have someone they want me to call that they sent something out to, but they didn't get it back yet? Okay, because this is your one time for me to close this for you. If you've got somebody that you have sent something out to, but they haven't sent it back yet, and you want me to call them, we'll try to make that call right now. Okay, but if you don't, we'll do a role play real quick because we gotta move this along. Okay, who wants to do a quick role play real quick? If no one has an actual prospect that they want me to call to do a follow-up. You sent them the dispatch agreement, but they haven't sent it back yet. All right. All right. Well, since no one has that,
Calvin, I have a question. I have a carrier that I'm trying to sign on with, but he works under a company, but he books his own loads too. How do I get him over?
Simple. You let him know that if he books his own, that's how I got turned on to this, by the way. I was an owner-operator with my own truck, but I was pulling, but I was running under Western Express's authority. Okay, Western Express was paying me 73.75% of the load fee that I ran. Okay,
right.
So my cut was 73.75%, and they allowed me to find my own freight. Okay, now I could run their freight, or I could find my own freight. I basically told them, don't ever send me in a load because I want to, learn how to run my own truck. So I was basically an owner-operator. I was just running underneath their authority and finding my own freight. So I was using my own independent dispatchers and brokers to get loads from. All right. Now, with that being said, if I was using a dispatcher, if I was paying that dispatcher 5%, 7%, or whatever that cut was, that cut came out of my pay. It did not come off the top. Okay. So if the load was paying, let's say, $1,000. Let's say the load was going 250 miles, it was paying $1,000. And if I was getting 73.75% of that, I was getting $775 of that. Basically.
Right.
Okay? Right? And Western Express got the rest. So their fee came off of my $775. So if they was getting 10% of my fee, which is $775, they was getting what? $75. Exactly. So they was getting. They was getting $75, whatever, just whatever it was. Okay. So that's how it has to be. Your contract has to be with him and not with the company.
Okay.
And make sure he understands that your contract is with him. So that means he signs it, he sends it back in, and he when you book him freight, you got to remember what his cut is because that's the amount of money you're going to invoice him.
And then the objection that I'm getting with him is that I have to contact his company. Why, if he's telling me he books his own loads, why do I have to contact his company in order for him to do a dispatch agreement with me?
Why that is? Because if he finds his own loads, I mean, I don't understand that. Because now he's devil talking. He said, well, yeah, I find my own freight. Okay, if you find your own freight, then I got to contact the company.
Well, I got to contact your carrier. I mean, your company.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to contact them? I mean, what do you want me to tell them?
Call them. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like, well, what would you like me to tell them?
Okay.
because you're the one I'm making the contract with. I'm not charging your company anything. I'm charging you.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Maybe you need to reiterate to him that you're not charging the company. The contract is not with the company. Your contract will be with him.
It's with him. Right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
But we got somebody. Jose says call for Charles King. All right. Jose, Charles King, is this a person? Jose, talk to me. Jose, unmute your mic. Or is this Charles King?
Yeah,
this
is Charles. Jose is the trucker.
All right. Have you sent him a dispatch agreement already?
I did.
Okay. How long ago has it been?
I believe it was last Friday.
Oh, it's been a while. You ever done a follow-up call with him yet?
Yeah, I called back and didn't get an answer.
All right. What type of truck does he have, or what type of carrier?
He's got 5 of them, and they're reefers out of Odessa, Texas.
See. All right. So you get into that area where I told you it's kind of tricky. The more trucks they have, the harder they are. But let's give him a call.
He had 2 when I first got with him, but then he expanded, so he moved to 5.
Right. So I can tell you what his problem is right now. He's busy. But we can solve that though. We can solve that. All right. When you're in this situation, the first thing you want to do is you want to find a good load board before you make the call. All right. So let's go over here to tools and resources. Let's find a load board. All right. We're gonna call this guy, but let's find a load board. You want to find a good load board. All right. Now I know a lot of you all. I'm gonna use this lane hunting, and the reason why is because this is a good load board to use when you're doing your follow-up call. I'm not saying it's a great load board to use when you're finding freight. It is if you know how to operate it. Because remember, lane hunting, they're basically just they're like a third-party brokerage. That's all they are, really. They have a lot. Lane hunting is basically a lot of connects with direct shippers. Okay, for those of you who haven't figured that out yet, I did. Some people had some questions, about lane hunting, and lane hunting is telling you that it pays this much money or whatever the case may be, or they can't pay. It takes them 10 days to get a payout to the carrier. The reason why it is because lane hunting is a direct shipper connect. Okay, in other words, they're brokers, but they're what's called a third-party broker. They're a third-party broker. Now, that's not illegal. By the way, that's not illegal. What they do is they've got a lot of brokers. This is really the only legal way you can double broker. And I know that's a contradiction in terms, it's like an oxymoron. But if there was a legal way to double broker, this would be the way to do it. Okay? Lane hunting has figured out a loophole in how to be double broker. They have created a portal. They don't do it directly. They created a portal for brokers to come and post their direct shipper load, or for brokers to negotiate the negotiated direct shipper load. In other words, lane hunting will, when you look at lane hunting, you see all these great paying freight cars. They got some great paying freight on here, but these are direct from the shipper. Now, because they're direct from the shipper, none of these shippers have factoring. They're not doing any factoring. These are direct shipper loads. Shippers have great pay. These shippers don't pay for 60, sometimes 90 days. Now, what lane hunting has done, they've got a financial backer, kind of like a factoring company, that will take a risk on those 60 to 90-day payouts, but they won't pay it any less than 10 days. Why? Because they have to shell out a whole bunch of money to pay out this freight. And they don't want to, and they're not going to get themselves caught in a situation where they paid out too much at one time. So they have to limit that by paying it out no shorter than 10 days. Because what they do is they're looking at some money coming in and then recouping, and then they're using that money to pay out for the ones that are a little bit out, but they're going to pay them out, but they can't pay you out for anything less than 10 days. So if you're using lane hunting to find loads, just make sure your carrier understand that because these are direct shipper loads, okay, this is direct connect with shippers, and the direct shipper loads, they don't have factory. Well, they do have factory in a sense, but it's not going to pay them any shorter than 10 days. They don't have quick pay. They don't have the 3-day pay or anything like that. It's going to be 10 days before they get their money, okay? But they do have great loads. And the reason why I like to use lane hunting on the follow-up, because you quote great. And remember, that's the key to getting that dispatch agreement sent back in. You got to create a sense of urgency. All right, let's make this phone call. Let's find Do you know where he's at?
He's out of Odessa, Texas.
He's out of he's out of Texas, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And he says he goes out east.
Okay. See, Texas, he likes to go east, right? Like towards Louisiana and Florida and up Mississippi and North Carolina, right?
Yeah, I think it might be more towards the Philly, North Carolina, that, DC area.
Right. The reason why I'm asking because I'm looking at this lane, Texas, Louisiana to Texas and and whatnot. But let's look at some. But you said from Texas. Do you know what city in Texas he's out of?
Odessa.
Yeah. Odessa. Odessa, Texas. And you say he likes to go where? East.
East. He got reefer trucks.
Carolina.
Yeah.
You didn't sound too sure. Give me something you're sure about.
Well, he say mainly up east. I was figuring Philly, Boston area.
Philly, Boston. Let's try. Try Boston. What type of? What do they have? Reefer, flatbed, dry van?
Reefers.
All right, let's check that lane. Let's check that lane. All right, it's decent lane. We can make that work. All right, we can make that work. 2,100 miles, 5,000, whatever. CPM, $2.48 a mile. High demand, Odessa area, radius 100 miles. You got 23 posts. 11 of them were filled, so he's got about about 12 more. You got 12 posts, 12 loads are still running, averaging $5.53 per mile. All right, that's a good one to call. We can make that. All right, now you see why I use Lane Honey? To make my follow-up calls? All right, and you are Mr. King, right?
Yes.
All right, let's make this call. You're calling for Charles King. 956-874-9797. His problem is
but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Yeah, his problem is he's busy. Okay, like see, his voicemail is going straight to his voicemail. Well, it's not going straight to his voicemail. It's going to his voicemail, and he hasn't set up his voicemail yet. What you're probably gonna have to do is you're gonna have to send him what's called a contact email. You gotta send him a follow-up email.
Okay.
Now, the follow-up email's gotta. Here's what you follow. What I would put in that follow-up email. See this right here? I will copy this right here, Odessa to Texas radius, okay, 100 miles RPM, right? I will copy that right there. And I will send him an email that basically states, like this. Basically, I'll send him an email saying, look, I'm on a ton of freight. I'm looking at a lot of good paying freight that's leaving out of the Odessa area, heading up to the area you want to go up east. Okay, right now, what I'm looking at right now, today, I'm looking at about 12 loads right now that are running up towards the Boston area, and the average pay is $5.53 per mile. That's how I would put it to them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'll also state, but I can't give you any of this until I get what? The dispatch agreement back. So please, please, please sign the dispatch agreement back so I can find some of this, so I can put you on some of this freight. Because legally, I'm not even supposed to be sending you this much until I have you under contract. Okay?
Got it.
So when you do your email, kind of word it in that way, and you got to send him that information that we just sent over the what you call it there. See, like I said, Odessa, Texas, USA area, radius 100 miles. Demand is high. 23 posts, 11 have been filled. The rate per mile is $5.53 a mile. Now he's gonna call you back and say, "Hey man, what loads you got going out there from Texas up there to the Boston area or whatever this and that matches that right there?" So I've got 12 loads. I've got at least 12 loads that's average that, but I can't put you on none of them until I get that dispatch agreement in. Yeah.
All right.
I can't put you on none of them until I get the dispatch agreement in. See, that's the value of lane hunting. Because if you had them on the phone, this is how that conversation would have went. "Hey, Jose, how you doing? Man, this is Calvin. I'm the director of the National Network of Dispatchers. Mr. King tells me that you want to go ahead and get signed up with our network. We can find you some good high paying. And where you at right now?" "I'm down here in Odessa, Texas." Okay, because I'm looking at 12, 13 loads right now, where it was 23 loads, and they were paying around $5.53 per mile, leaving Odessa, going up towards the Boston area, up towards the east. They booked 11 of them already. They only got about 20. They only got about 12 of them left, and they're averaging $5.53 per mile. Well, can you put me on one of those? Unfortunately, I can't do anything until we get a dispatch agreement back in. I mean, that's how you got to put it to him. You see how that would create an urgency for him to send that dispatch agreement in? Because see, now that getting you that dispatch agreement now moves up to the top of his priority list. Because he's adding carriers. You've already told me that, because when you called me at 3 and now he's got 5 or 6 or whatever it would be. So he's a busy man. But you got to find a way to make this a priority for him. Because right now this is not a real priority for him. But you got to find a way to make it a priority, and nothing makes things a priority more than good paying money. Good paying freight. So
you got
that
time
right
for one
there.
more?
Yeah, sure.
I'll send it to you.
But you hit them with that right there, and then now I'm gonna let you build this one out. Okay, I'm gonna let you tell me where to go to find the freight, and you're gonna build it out, and then we're gonna call it. So you got a number? You want me to call? I'm waiting on the number. All right. Mr. Alton, okay. We got the number in. All right.
Yeah. He's out of Kansas
now,
City.
you tell me. So we're looking for Kansas City.
And he goes to Dallas, Fort Worth area.
All right. And shipping to Dallas, Fort Worth.
Dry van.
Look at that, dry vans. All right. Let's add this lane. All right. So what we're going to be looking for still adding the lane. Yeah, still adding the lane. Give me a second. It's calculating the lane right now. There it is, right there. Kansas City, Missouri, Dallas, Texas. All right, what we got? All right. So they got a lot of freight pulling out there, and it's paying good money too. All right. Here's one that's available right now. Okay, Kansas City, Missouri to Dallas, Texas. 556 miles, paying $2,349. That's $4.22 per mile. Now, what is the lane paying? What's the average on the lane? You got a high demand. You got 327 loads that are leaving out of Kansas City, heading up toward the Dallas area. Out of that 327 posts, 230 of them have been filled already. Okay? 230 of them have been filled already, with lanes paying top rate of $10.37 per mile. That was Paolo, Kansas to Seneca, Kansas, paying $10.37 per mile. Now, that's probably a short run, but guess what? It's a lot of money. Now, that's the lane. Call him up. What are we going to be hitting him with? All right, let's go and make that phone call. 270. When did you call? And when was the last time you spoke to this guy?
Originally was on the 2nd, and I returned the call with him and didn't get an answer.
All right, but when you initially called him, he said, "Yeah, shoot me over the dispatch agreement."
Yep,
I sent it over to him.
Yep.
That was on the 2nd.
Yes.
And what's the day's date?
The 10th.
10th. When you called him back, you didn't get you got no answer, right?
Correct.
What's his name again?
Adar.
Mr.
Adar. A-D-A-R.
Busy. All these people got busy phone numbers, man. And I know he don't know my number. So it's not the fact that he's just ignoring you. That's not the case. These people are genuinely busy, which is a good thing. You just got to keep calling.
Right, I understand.
You know, these people are just genuinely busy.
I understand.
I don't think they're ignoring you. I think they just. Yeah. See, you got to find a way to get stuff in front of them. Shoot them an email, because you have the email address, right?
Yes.
Or better yet, text them. Try texting them. Because everybody look at their text message. Everybody looks at their text message. Now, you may find people that don't check the emails, but there ain't a person on the planet that don't check their texts. Right?
Right.
So, shoot them a text. Shoot them a text, and shoot them a text with this information, especially him. Because look, if this don't get him to call back or send him a disagreement, he don't want to make no money. Because, look, that's some good paying freight. That's some good paying freight. I don't care how you look at it, those are good paying freight. All right, this is why I like lane hunting. Lane hunting, it gives some great paying freight. The thing about lane hunting is catch these lanes early. Okay, catch these lanes early, because as you can see here, that Kansas City lane, 327 posts, they booked 230 of them. That tells you that those are some good paying loads that got booked. Because people ain't gonna just book junk loads. You understand what I'm saying? And those in discount money, 556 miles, paying $2,349. You know, do any of y'all have any carriers that wouldn't jump on that? Does anybody have any carriers that wouldn't jump on that? Okay, of course they would. They jump all over that. Okay, that's the kind of freight you want to find. So lane hunting is a good place to go find loads. Now, but on these follow-up calls, on these people that you send stuff out to and they haven't sent it back in to them, I'd wait a day and a half before I call them back. I would 2 days at the most. I wouldn't wait 3-4 days before I call them back. I'll wait a day or 2 days. The reason why is because if you call them back in a day and a half, they're looking at, well, this guy here, he's quick. So you're under a sense of urgency. So you want them to be under a sense of urgency. And the reason why you're calling them back real quick, because my conversation with this guy would have been, Mr. Aiton, how you doing? This is Calvin. But look, I know you're very busy. I'm not going to take much time. The only reason I'm calling you is because you said you're going to be sending back in the dispatch agreement to one of our network members, Mr. King, and We're sitting here looking at freight that's running that you want to run that's paying $1.37 per mile, and I mean, and we really want you to get some of that, because they had about 327 loads that they posted, and they've already filled 230 of them. To give you an idea of what we're looking at, here's a load right here that's going 556 miles, and it's paying $2,349. That's $4.22 per mile, and it's leaving out of the Kansas area, heading down to the areas you like to go. Now, well, go ahead and get me on, sir. I can't get you on the end of this until we get that signed dispatch agreement back in. I'm not even supposed to be telling you. So if you would, please, if you can drop whatever you're doing right now and just fill it out real quick and shoot it back to him, so we can go ahead and get you on some of this good paying freight. That's how you handle that. That's your follow-up call. That's how you handle your follow-up call. Okay? You got the numbers in front of you. Okay? You got the numbers in front of you. Now it's time for you to create some urgency for them to jump all over this. And I always use Lane Honey when I'm doing my follow-up calls now. Why? Because Lane Honey is going to give you your best quotes on your lanes. Why? Because that's what they are in the business of, finding this high dollar freight. Lane all direct for freight. In case y'all didn't know, this is all freight. Now, with that being said, it is going to take 10 days for them to get paid. That's not that long. That's not that long. Most carriers now are getting paid within about a week anyway, 3 to 7 days, so that's still within the acceptable range. 10 days to wait for good money? Yeah, I wait that long for good money. Yeah. I take loads like that over loads that's paying me $2.25 per mile, and they're paying me the next day. I take these $4.22 per mile ones and get paid in 10 days. Because what's going to happen is you're going to run quite a few of them. Next thing you know, they're going to be right behind each other. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you, ma'am. I like it. So keep bringing me more of these loads like this, and you're good to go. Okay? So this is the type of freight you want. Okay, with depending on the kind of money you want to get paid, but you got to just make sure you communicate with your carrier and let them know that they won't get their money for no sooner than 10 days. If you're using Lane Honey. That's if you're using Lane Honey. Okay, I think some of you have already called and checked with Lane Honey. If you want to call them and verify that with them, please feel free to do so. Call them up and let them know. Say, hey, I'm a national network of dispatch. We've got over 1,300 dispatch firms strong, and we have a lot of carriers that want to run some of your loads that you have listed on Lane Honey. What's the pay schedule on that? Or call them and say, hey, I've got a large network of carriers that want to run some of these loads. Tell me about Lane Honey. What type of side of y'all? Are you all direct shipper, or you brokers, or what? Get the background on. I mean, we did. That's how we got the information on them. We call them up, ask questions. You all do the same thing. This is your business. Treat it as such. All right. So, step one, learn your dispatch. Learn your script. How much money you need to move your truck. Step 2, learn your dispatch agreement. Okay. Step 3, make phone calls. Go to the area that we just showed you where to go find the carriers at. Find the carriers. Stick to the ones that's 1 to 5 trucks. Okay. Call those carriers up. Hit them with the pitch. Okay. If they agree, send them out the dispatch agreement along with what? The profile sheet. Wait a day and a half. If they haven't gotten it back, call them back and do the follow-up on where? Lane Honey. Finding out where they are. Figure out on where they are. You put in where they are and where they like to go. If you got to call them up on the phone, call them up and say, hey, I'm calling you back because you haven't sent me the dispatch agreement back. Hey, and by the way, where you at right now? Let me see if I can find you the best paying freight that's leaving out of your area. Of course, they're going to give it to you. Well, I'm in Beaumont. I'm in somewhere. What? Let's see. Slidell, Louisiana. I'm in Slidell, Louisiana. Okay. You're in Slidell, and where you trying to go? Well, I'm trying to get back in Antone, man. All right. Slidell to San Antonio, Texas. Yeah. All right, trying to get back to San Antonio, and you're driving with me. I'm driving a flatbed. All right, at that lane. Yeah, give me a second here. So from Slidell back to San Antonio, that's where you're trying to go right now. And you got a flatbed. Man, look here. I got 400. We got about 300 loads, about 290, 280 loads that's going that's in that lane from the Slidell, leaving out of Slidell or 100 miles around where we are right now. And so it's about 300, where there were 40 loads, 194 of them, they've been booked already. And some of the highest paying freight leaving out of that area is paying $10.83 per mile. I'm looking at a load right now that's going 574 miles. It's paying $2,193. That's $3.82 per mile. Really? And with that picking up having the way, I can't give you none of that until I get a dispatch agreement back. I love to give you this load back, but I'm not even supposed to be telling you this, but I don't have a dispatch agreement. Get me that signed dispatch agreement, and let's make some money. That's how that conversation would go. You call them up, and you got them on the phone. You don't know where he at. You ask him a question. You lead right into it. Tell us, hold on. Say, let me find you the highest paying freight that's leaving out of that area. Pull it up just that quick. He thinks, man, this guy got some sources. Man, this guy, girl, got some sources because he just pulled that up right about just reach back and just grab that out of his back pocket or somewhere, but he just snatched that up just like that. Okay? This is how you create the urgency for them to send in that dispatch agreement. Now, once they send it in, you got to back it up, which means you get over here and you got to find the freight. Okay? But that's why I like lane hunting. For those of you that want to know why I like lane hunting, this is why I like lane hunting. Okay? This is why. Because you can use it to get some good paying, quote, some good paying freight and get people signed up on your dispatch agreement. And it's a good way to find good freight once you talk to your carrier and you got good lines of communication open with your carrier and you're letting them know that they can get this freight, and but they have to wait at least 10 days to get paid. All right. Any questions about follow-up and what the steps are as far as getting carrier signed up? Now, once you get a carrier signed up, you find them a load. Once you get a carrier signed up, now it's just a matter of you just calling them up, say, hey, where you at? I'm such and such. All right, hold on. I'm gonna call you back in about 10 minutes with the 5 highest paying loads that's leaving out of that area, and let's see if we can go ahead and get you booked out for the whole week, if that's okay with you. Okay? Yeah, that's fine with me. Cool. So then you find out where he's at. He says, I'm in Slidell, Louisiana, whatever he's at. You go to Lane Hunter, you go to some of the other sites, or go whatever load board you like to use and find them some load. Find them freight. Okay, go ahead and find them freight. If you're hunting, you want to find exact freight, go over here where it says loads and not lanes. You're going to go straight for the loads. And if you're looking for straight for the loads, let's say here you're looking for something that's leaving out of Tallahassee, Florida. Tallahassee, here in my backyard. Let's say it's a flat bed and leaving out of Tallahassee, Florida. And you want to find loads that's leaving out of Tallahassee on flat bed. Click where it says find loads right there. And what does it do? It's going to pull up them loads. It's going to pull up them loads. Oh, here we go. Just steer around. Okay, there we go. 100 miles outside Tallahassee, flatbeds. There we go. All right. Here's one leaving out of Douglas, Georgia, going to Dublin, Georgia. It's 77 miles. It is paying. It is paying $890. That's $11.56 a mile. That's good money, y'all. Here's another one that's leaving out of Highland, Alabama, going to Albany, Georgia, 95 miles, paying $1,031. That's $10.85 a mile. Here's one leaving out of Headland, Alabama, going to Albany, 95 miles. Oh, now this what that. Remember we talked about sub-dedicated? Remember we talked about loads that leave out of the same place, going to the same place all the time? That's what this is. Look at this. All these leaving out of Dublin, out of Headland, paying the same amount of money, going to the same place. Those are just multiple loads that are picking up, going to the same place. So there is no contract. That's why they're on the load board. So if you're there to pick those loads up, if you're in line, you can grab one of those loads. So, but you can call up and book us with some of these loads. Okay. What I would do is once you got there, and here's another one right behind it, from Cross City, Florida, going to Davenport, same location, same money, you know, multiple loads going to the same place. You'll find a lot of this sub-dedicated stuff on these little boards like this sometimes. All right, but you know, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Let's see here. See if we can narrow this down some. Origin, practical miles. Let's try drive there. 65 posts. One drive in. Why is it when I pull up flatbeds?
I couldn't get them to separate either.
All right, I'm trying to get it to separate right. 73 posts. Let's run that. See what happens. It won't pull up the flatbed I wanted to pull up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see what's going on with that. It keeps pulling up reefer. Hold up. I think I know what's going on. Let's do this. Okay, there it is. Flatbed. I see what has to happen now. So if you black it out, that's the way you're choosing. I think. No, because now it just showed me reefer and driving. It's really tripping. Let's try blacking those out. And let's try to just put it in. All right, there it is. All right, so it has to be all white. All right, we got it. All right, so you have to black out the other two, right? And leave that one, white, right? And then there it is. You see how we did that? Did y'all see how we did that?
Yeah.
All right, great. All right, so you got to black them out. You got to black out the other two, and then the one you leave open, that's the one that's going to pull up. All right, they're the flatbed loads. 58 posts, 38 have been filled. Average $7.60 per mile. Wow, that's the high. The high one was $7.60 per mile. Here's one from Cross City to Moorhaven. $5.49 a mile. And this is all within 100 miles of Tallahassee, by the way. So these are all those that are close to Tallahassee, somewhere within Tallahassee area. This is good paying freight. Good paying freight. It's got the number over here for you to call. You can click on some of these lanes and call up these people. Got a number for you to call them up and book some of this freight. But looks like it's some good paying freight. I don't know about y'all, but I think that's good paying freight. Is that good paying freight to you all? But y'all are quiet today. I don't know why y'all so quiet. Since y'all so quiet, let's open up this. Let's open up Q&A. All right, we got about an hour. Let's open up Q&A. All right, questions and answers. Anybody have any questions? Because y'all are really, 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 really quiet. And, I'm an old military guy. When it gets that quiet, that means something ain't right. All hell about to break loose. But Q&A. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. Now's the time to ask them. And I know y'all got questions because I see y'all in the chat. You're asking all kind of questions. So don't clam up now. We're going to question, the Q&A. Does anybody have any questions about what the steps are? Does anybody have any questions about what the steps are once you get into the back office? Anybody have any questions about steps, how to get into the back office or how to find stuff in the back office? No? Anybody have any questions, period? Okay. All right. If you have no questions, I'm going to go. There we go. Somebody got something to say?
Yeah, Calvin, this is Tiffany. I have a somewhat of a personal question I've been trying to ask in the group. Because when we first started, my boyfriend, he owns a truck. Right now he's working for a company. So I want to start dispatching him. And the thing is, he doesn't have a trailer or his US DOT number because he's using the company number.
Okay. Power only.
Yes.
Okay.
Now the question
you want to know
is, what is the, like basically what are the steps? Yes.
Finding a power only?
Well, do he need his own trailer being that he has the tractor?
It would be more advantageous for him, if he had his own trailer, because there's a lot more freight out there for someone that has their own trailer. Yeah. But there's some advantages and disadvantages in going both ways, okay? Power only gives you the freedom to pull just about anything you hook up to. You can just, you can pull reefer, you can pull dry bed, you can pull flatbed if you know how to tie everything down. You know how to build your fire, how to build your what's those walls? Not your firewall, but your y'all know what I'm talking about. That bulkhead. You know how to build your bulkhead and stuff like this and that. All right. But here's the problem with power only. You gotta know where to find that type of freight. And most people refer to power on the freight as dropping hooks. Okay, that's what it's called in the industry. Some people call it power only, which that's the technical name of it, but drivers call it dropping hooks. Well, all you're doing is picking up, you're dropping one trailer, and then you're hooking up to another whole trailer, and you're running off with it. Dropping hook. That's why it's called dropping hooks. So if you're in the industry, the type of loads you're going to be looking for are going to be dropping hook loads or power only loads. On the load boards, it's going to be classified as PO, power only. Okay, if you're talking to someone, you're probably going to want to say dropping hooks. Okay, but most of your loads are going to be for guys who's got their own trailers. If you're looking at a lot of these load boards and stuff, a lot of them are going to be loads for guys that has their own trailers. Especially like this here on Lane Honey, I don't even think they have a classification on here. I don't think they have anything on here for you to look for power only loads on this particular one. On some of the other ones, I think they do have the classification of power onlys. Like let's check out one of these ones right here. Let's check out this one. Let's check out one. Let's find another load board here that we can pull up power only. Let's find direct freight. I think they got one. Let's try them out. Let's try direct freight real quick. We got a power only search for the power only. But to answer your question, the short answer is have to go find them a trailer, man. I mean, trailers are not that expensive. I mean, you can lease one for a pretty good, little low amount of money. Okay, here we go.
Okay, yeah, that was what he was wondering. That's what I was trying to. This is he's been in it for a year, but he's always worked for a company, so.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Let's see if we can find some power only loads here real quick. See if we can find something that's got power only. The distinction of power only. Trailer type, any. Okay, other. Here's right here, power only. Trying to see if they had something that said dropping hook too. Intermodal. For intermodal, removable gooseneck, hopper bottom, double drop. Okay, all right. Yeah, power only. You got that right there. All right, let's look for power only. Kenner State. What state is he in?
Virginia.
Virginia. You ever watched what's that movie? Virginia. Anybody know the movie I'm talking about? The one where the guy was jumping so high because he went to Mars.
Oh, I'm not sure.
There was a name. What was the guy's name? Y'all ever seen that movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The guy was back from the Western Indies. He found this and in the Mars, and he was on Mars, and they was fighting this battle, and because of the gravity difference, he could jump like Superman, leaps and bounds. Anyway, the Martians there was calling him Virginia because they asked him, because he didn't speak the language, and they was asking him, what his name was. He thought they was asking him where he was from. He says, "My name is such and such from Virginia," and the Martians, they couldn't say his name, so they just started calling him Virginia. But anyway, I know my sense of humor is kind of like off, but I can't believe that movie. John Carter. And y'all have never seen the movie called John Carter?
No.
Virginia Jump. It's a good movie though. I'll check it out. It's called John Carter. It's a good movie. Me and my wife were watching it the other night. All right. Quite a bit of power on it, loads leaving out of Virginia. There you go. If you're looking for direct freight, seems to have quite a bit of them. So if you're looking for power on loads to get him rolling, quite a bit of them. What I like about direct freight, it's going to be is pay. And watch what happens. It's going to pull up all the ones that's paying the highest paying money first. You see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
So this one has 1,100 miles, $1,700. That's not really a good one, but it's power only though. You go and pick it up, you run it. 1,700. All these are. You know what? These are all sub-dedicated too. You see this right here?
Mm-hmm.
They're all picking up at the same spot, dropping off at the same spot. Quite a few of them. But they're running 1,100, paying $1,700. So about $1.60, $1.70 a mile. It's not a whole bunch of money. Here's one that's running 1,000 miles, paying $1,550. They're all going to the same spot too. And then here's one that's going 876 miles, paying $1,500. That's a pretty good one. That's a decent one. And they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, 7 of those. 7 of those that can be picked up. Here's one that has nothing on the miles. It doesn't say how far it is. You can kind of calculate that yourself. It's picking up in Glade Springs and going to Sussex. So you can do that. You can calculate the miles for yourself, but it's paying $1,400.
Mm-hmm.
You got quite a few of those. Some more down here that has the miles listed. 804 miles, paying $1,100. 715 miles. That's not paying a whole bunch. $900. But yeah, this is the nature of the beast when you're dealing with power only. Okay, but there you go. For power on the loads, we got quite a few of them there. You can look up the rates and stuff and call people up and negotiate with them too. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Great question. Thank you for asking that question. Any other questions? Anybody have any questions? If you have a question about our platform, if you have a question about how did you get set up with us, or if you have a question about anything, really, now's your time to ask it. If you have a question about the industry or how something works or how to find something within our network, now's the time to ask it. Now is the time to ask it. Why? Because I'm telling y'all, once I get off this line today,
I have a question.
All right, great, because my mom has got a lot of work for me to do.
I do have a question. The last step of the process. This is Letitia.
And who are we speaking with?
Letitia. Okay, the last step of the process. Once we got the carrier and we've got the dispatch agreement and the profile sheet and we've booked the load and we've got the broker dispatcher agreement assigned and everything, we've got everything done. We're at the last process, so where we're getting paid, okay? As far as the carrier, now the last step is where I'm a little confused at. They send us back the bill of lading and the confirmation form, right? When they drop the delivery, do we send that information back to you?
Yeah, after the load has been dropped and you have sent the BOL over to the broker and you have called the broker back and found out when your carrier is getting paid. All right, let's go over that.
Okay.
That is going to be in work. All right, that's what that's going to be at. That's going to be in what's called your workflow, and we're going to find the workflow. I do believe in the agreements and contracts area. Give me a second here. Edible. Like this is it, the shipper's script. Workflow. This is workflow right here. The lady with the coffee cup looking through paperwork, you know, that's the workflow of dispatching. This is what's called your workflow. That's going to be in your agreements and forms and documents. All right, this is your workflow. Let's open up your workflow. All right, this is your workflow. This is where you find the steps to getting load from booked to getting paid on it. All right, let's go through this. Once carrier emails you the signed dispatch agreement, keep a copy for your records. Okay. Now this says email a copy to dispatch@RBBSTransport.com. Don't do that just yet. Hold off on that. Okay. Don't send that in as soon as you get that contract in. Okay. Don't do the second part of it. All right. Step number says contact broker associated with the load that you need to book for your carrier. Brokers typically will ask for the MC number, okay, or DOT number. In other words, when your carrier says, I'm in Dallas, Texas, I want to go up towards Georgia. You find him a load, he says, yeah, I like that load. Let's go to book that one. You call the broker up. Hey, Mr. Broker, how you doing? This is Keisha. I'm calling to book a load for my carrier. My carrier's DOT number is such and such and such, and the load they want is load number blah 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 on such and such and such load. All right, great. And you say your carrier's DOT number is what? Carrier's DOT number is 297528, whatever it be. He said, give me a second. He's gonna run your carrier's DOT number. He's gonna come back and say, okay, that carrier is good to go. If he says that carrier is good to go, he's gonna shoot you over the confirmation rate sheet, or he's gonna say, that carrier has not been approved with us yet. I'm going to shoot you over a carrier packet for him to fill out. Right? Okay. If the carrier has not been approved and they didn't send you a carrier packet, you are going to send that packet over to your carrier. Okay? Have them fill it out. I know it's a hassle because carriers are really, really busy a lot of times. But let them know, say, hey, you should fill this just once, and then after that, I can fill them out for you. Now, Charles and I had a discussion about this a while back because he was under the impression that you had to get the carrier to sign a power of attorney. All right. A lot of DOT people would tell you, yeah, it's advisable to get to sign a power of attorney. Do you need it? No. Okay. But would it be? Is it the proper thing to do? Yes. Will you scare off a lot of carriers by asking them for a power of attorney? Yes, you will. Because remember, these guys, a lot of these guys, they're good old boys. You start throwing around terms like power of attorney, what are they thinking about? Oh, you trying to take my money. Oh, you trying to get me to sign up and you can control my business. Nah, see, and that's how they think. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. That's how they think. See, so don't start throwing out terms like power of attorney. Okay? I mean, you may want to print up something that says what? Something that says that gives a little more softer name. Don't use power of attorney. Okay? Use something like implied consent form. Okay? Don't say power of attorney. Don't send them nothing that's got power of attorney on it, because you say, nah, you're trying to get my money. You know, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Fill out, have your little form, send it up if you want to send a form out at all. Because they can give you verbal implied consent. If a carrier tells you from there on out, just fill it out for them. That's implied consent. You already have a dispatch agreement in place. So you really don't need a power of attorney. Why? Because you have a dispatch agreement in place. Right. And if they give you further consent on top of that, which is verbally implied, then yes, that's good enough. All right. Okay. But if you just gotta have, you want to just gotta have something in writing, don't send them a power of attorney, because you're gonna scare off more carriers than you can shake a stick at. All right. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have it's the same type of form, but just at the heading of it, the top of it, take out the power of attorney and put implied consent. Okay. Okay. And you can put implied consent form for, and then put the specific reason what it's for. To complete and fill out on behalf of the carrier broker's packet. Okay. Bam. There you go. There you go. So it's for one specific thing. It's implied consent. And then if you want to send them that, that's fine. But anyway, that broker is going to either ask you for the carrier packet, or they're going to say that carrier is fine. Let's go ahead and book this load with him. All right. He's going to send you over the rate confirmation. All right, which is going to be this step right here. Breaking would want to send you a rate confirmation sheet to carrier or carrier agent in order to get it signed. Read it. Don't scan through it. Don't just look over and look at the numbers. No, read that rate confirmation. Because if a broker's going to screw you, that's how they're going to do it. They're going to change it in the rate confirmation that wasn't on the load board, or something y'all didn't discuss, or the numbers are going to be different, or they're going to leave out. They're going to leave out a confirmation number, or they're going to leave out a load number, or they're going to repeat the same load number if it's more than one pickup, or something like that. Read those confirmation sheets. Charles will tell you, when we were doing this, we first started out, we ran into some people that tried to really stick it to us on some confirmation. Right. And we had to go back and double check it and get them to redo it and send it back over again. And they said, "Oh, that was a mistake." It wasn't a mistake. Okay. Not the way they did it, because once she decides whatever is in it, that's it. That's what you can pay. Then they got to give you no more, no less than what's in that confirmation sheet. So make sure you read the confirmation sheet before you send it over to the carrier, because carriers, they're not going to read it. They're going to look at the numbers. Oh yeah, it looks right. They're going to sign and send it back. So make sure you read it before you send it to the carrier. If you find something that's not right in it, call the broker back. Hey, Mr. Broker, this is not what we discussed. Can you please send this back over with the things that we discussed or things that we negotiated? Okay. All right. Once you get the confirmation sheet that you want back, make sure you send that over to your carrier. Your carrier signs it, and then he sends it back over to you, over to the broker. You get it to the broker. Now that load is now dispatched. That load has now been dispatched. Your carrier then is going to go pick that load up, and they're going to drop that load. What I normally do is I have the carrier call me when they pick the load up and call me when they're at the drop point, when they get ready to drop the load. When the carrier drops the load, the carrier is going to send you what's called a signed BOL, Bill of Landing. That is your receipt from the point of destination that says that that load was delivered on time and in good condition. Everything is copacetic, good to go, A-OK, bona fide, ready, let's go, make some money. All right. Right. So you got that BOL. The carrier's going to send you the BOL, and he's going to send you his invoice to the broker to get his money, right? If the carrier does not send you an invoice, make one up. Just create a little invoice. Send it over to the broker along with the BOL. All right? Send it over. Your invoice basically going to say what the rate confirmation says, that you owe me this much money. That's basically what it is, you know. So that's what your invoice is. So you got to send it over to the broker. The broker is then going to send that up to his factoring company. He's going to send the BOL and the invoice to the factoring company. All right. Real quick point here. If your carrier says, well, I still want to use my factoring company, please do everything you can to convince him not to, because he's factoring the same load twice. Don't let your carrier pay out money that he don't have to pay out. Right. And a lot of carriers they will insist on it, but they don't understand that the load has already been factored because you're getting your money from the factoring company of the broker. So why would you want to go back and factor that load again? And some carriers do factor the load twice. I've seen dispatchers factor load, which is stupid to me because the load got factored by the broker. Sometimes it gets factored by the carrier, and then you're going to factor it again in the dispatch. And I've seen some that use the same factoring company for all 3 times. So that factoring company not going to tell you, oh, we just factored this load for the broker and for the carrier. They're going to tell you that. No, they're going to say, oh, yeah, we'll factor that for you. They're going to get paid on it 3 times. So don't get caught in that. Don't get caught in that game and have that little refactor. That's just a given. Okay. All right. So all right. So once the broker sends it up to the factoring company, you're gonna wait a day and a half, 2 days later, no more than 2 days. No more than 2 days. Okay. Everybody, hey, this is to check the status of my carrier's pay on load number such and such and such. Oh, hey, Keisha, yeah, that carrier got paid yesterday. Oh, Keisha, yeah, the factory company is paying that carrier today. Oh, hey, Keisha, yeah, that carrier is due to be paid on tomorrow. If he tells you any one of them, that's time for you to what? Put your invoice together and send it over to us so that we can get you paid. Okay. You're gonna send that over to us, and that's when you're gonna put in all your information. You're gonna put in all the information you need to put in. You're gonna send us an email. That email is gonna, in the body of the email, in the heading of the email, it's gonna say my invoice. Time for you to get paid. This is your payday invoice. You're gonna say my payday invoice. The reason why we want y'all to title them that way, so that when the interns get them, they know exactly what it is. Okay, they ain't gotta wonder about what they gotta do with that. My payday, they know that those takes priority. When those come in, they do those right away. They drop everything else and they take care of that payday invoice. Profiles can wait. All this other stuff can wait. When you send in something that says my payday invoice, that takes priority over everything else we got going on. So they're going to drop everything else they're doing, and somebody's going to grab that and they're going to process that one. All right? So they're going to process your payday invoice. So what you're going to send them is this. Now, in order to get that processed quickly and appropriately, there's some things you got to send them. In the body of the email, okay, the heading is going to say my payday invoice. In the body of the email, the first thing you're going to have up there is your name and your extension. And you're going to have your Square Cash tag, your tag ID. You're going to have your phone number, your email address. Okay? The second thing you're going to have the carrier's name, their cell phone number, their email address, and their DOT number or number. Right? You're going to have the load information. Where the load picked up, where the load dropped off, how much money the load paid, how many miles it went, and what the weight of it was. The third thing you're going to have the broker's information. Broker's name, phone number, email address. Okay? That's what you're going to have. The last thing you're going to have is who helped you find that load. Where did you get that load from? If you got it from one of the load boards in the back office that was supplied by somebody else, put the load board you got it from. That way we can attach that to let the person know that a load got booked off the load board that they supply, which means they get what? 2.5% of that load fee. Or if you went to the chat group and you say, well, Charles Monday helped me find this load, or Darren Green helped me find this load, or Kenyon Moore found this load for me. Okay? That means that you owe them 2.5% of the load fee. If you're on the 100% plan, that's going to come out of your 10% load fee, which means you're going to get 7.5%. They're going to get 2.5%. If you're on the 50-50 plan, you're still going to get your same 5%, and we're going to split our 5% with the person that helped you find that load. Okay? All right. Attached what you're going to attach to that email, certain documents you're going to attach to that. The attachments are going to be, you're going to have the original signed dispatch agreement, okay, that you have with that carrier. Every time you book a load with them, when you send the stuff over, you're going to send that original signed dispatch agreement. Okay, you're going to have the rate confirmation sheet, the signed rate confirmation sheet that's going to be attached, because you got a copy of it. Why? Because when the broker sent you a copy and you send it back and forth, it hits your email, so you got a copy of it. Okay, and you're also going to send the copy of the signed BOL, the bill of lading. Those three things you're going to attach. When three things you get them attached, they're gonna, interns are gonna put together your invoice. When they put together your invoice, they're gonna send it out, and it's going to look like this. They're gonna send out your invoice. I'll show you what the invoices look like here. They're gonna send out your invoice. Invoices. Here we go. Invoices. Let's see. Let's click up a paid invoice. A paid invoice. Pick up one of the paid. These are all subscription invoices here. All right, here we go. Here's a bill of landing one. Paid invoice. See what, find the invoice itself, show you what it looks like. All right, this is what the invoice looks like. In case you all want to know what the invoice looks like. Share. All right. Yeah. This is what the invoice looks like. Invoice looks like this. All right, see it right there? That's what the invoice looks like. So when they get this, they got an invoice that says load invoice billing from RBBS National Dispatchers Network member, and it's going to have your name on it. This one was Nakisha Sweeney, DBA Trucking Moves. Invoice number such and such and such, the date right there, customer's name, information right there, additional recipients, Trucking Moves at yahoo.com. So they get a copy of it and you get a copy.
Okay.
Our records indicate load that was provided to you via RBBS National Dispatchers Network member Nakisha Sweeney, DBA Trucking Moves. Load number, number one. Load order confirmation, Landstar load confirmation, FB, whatever that number is, load number right there. Load info, pick up Charlotte, North Carolina, delivered to Winchester, Virginia, 363 miles, 8,382 pounds. Rate was $7.25, one load. Per our dispatch agreement, 10% of the load fee is agreed upon fee for this service. Please remit payment the amount of $72.50 conveniently via credit or debit card. There it is right there. And when they click on it, all they got to do is click on that bad boy, and then they click on it, and it takes them over to it, and they just pay the, what you call it. That's how it works. Okay? So when they click and pay it, that money hits our account, and then we turn around and we send you your portion through the same way that we just got it. We send you your Square Cash payment right to your Square Cash account. So that's how it works. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Any other questions? Now, that's how the workflow. Great question, by the way, and that's how the workflow goes. Okay. So one thing I do want to leave you all with is this. I want to leave you all with this. I want to leave y'all. Don't get caught up into thinking about a whole bunch of stuff other than the basics. Okay. Because I noticed that a lot of you all get concerned with stuff that got nothing to do with you making money. A lot of y'all calling up shippers, and I'm asking myself, why are you contacting shippers if you have no carriers? Okay, I mean, first of all, you operate outside of the legal the legal statute. Okay? Because in order for you to even start conducting business, you got to have what? You got to have a pre-existing agreement with the carrier. That's number one. That's the first criteria of the Federal Motor Carriers Statute 49, A through C. The very first criteria that describes a bona fide agent, which is an independent dispatcher, is any individual, company, or entity that has a pre-existing agreement with a carrier to find them suitable, persuading to, have a pre-existing agreement for a continued relationship with a carrier. Yes, that's the word. It must have a pre-existing agreement for a continued relationship with a carrier to locate and find them suitable freight, persuading to the carrier-specific criteria. Okay, that's the statute. So the very first thing you need to do is what? Call carriers. You don't need to be calling shippers. You don't even need to be looking at shippers. What's looking at shippers for? If you ain't got a carrier on the contract, you ain't in business. So first thing you got to do is get a carrier on the contract. Get them signed up pre-existing, which is your dispatch agreement. Once you have that, you send them the profile sheet, which is your what? Continued relationship. That's why you send them that profile form to fill out. So that's what's going to give you that continued relationship. Give me a second here. This is Calvin with the National Dispatcher Network. How can I help you? And I called a lot of people today, man. And I do apologize. Is this Mr. Ada or Alton?
Jose?
Oh, this is Jose.
Adar.
This is Jose?
Adar.
Oh yes, how you doing? I was calling because Mr. King, a member of our network, had sent you a dispatch agreement. And I was calling you because we had found some great paying loads. Loads that were paying somewhere in the neighborhood of like $5 and $8 per mile leaving out of your area. Because I think you're down in where?
Kansas City.
In Kansas City, right? Yeah. You run out of Kansas City. And he had mentioned that you like to run a certain lane. And we had looked up some of the freight that was leaving out of the lane. I think there was like almost 300 some odd loads that were leaving out of within a 100-mile radius of your area, running in the lane that you wanted to run, and the average freight for that area was paying like somewhere between $6 and $7 per mile on a lot of those loads. But the problem was that we can't book you on any of it because we don't have a dispatch agreement.
No, I'm not looking for one, bro.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm not looking for one.
Yeah, but didn't you talk to him earlier and want to know if he can find you some great paying freight?
No.
You didn't talk to him earlier?
No, I didn't talk to him today.
Oh, no, not today. He said he talked to you, I think, last week.
On the 2nd.
He had sent you a dispatch agreement on the 2nd.
I talked to him. Nobody last week. I don't think about it.
Yeah, Mr. King. He's part of our network. We have our network is 1,300 dispatch firms strong. That's how we're able to find you such good paying freight, because we all work together in finding carriers good.
Yeah, but I read the contract. But I was not interested. That's why I called it back.
Oh, he said that he didn't call you back?
No, I said I read the contract and I was not interested. That's why I didn't call it back.
Oh, okay. So was there a problem with it? Did you change it or what?
Nah, because I'm going to use my trusted company and then I'm paying 4%, and then if I come and give you another option to charge you 10%, that's a lot.
Well, it's not a lot if we're paying you more than what you're getting. Now let me ask you a question, because I understand what you're saying. And trust me, I do. I was an owner-operator myself, and I worked for a company. I used to pull freight for a company called Western Express, but they allowed me to find my own loads. They were paying me like 73.25% of the load fee.
What year you worked with Western Express?
That was back about 5 years ago, 4-5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah, back I was running under their owner-operator program.
Yeah, I worked with the Express
Well, see, there you go. Then, so you know what I'm talking about. Because I had my own truck, and I was running under their owner-operator program, where I run their loads, or I can pull their trailer. I'm sorry? Well, it's good if you know how to run a truck. But I never said I pulled their loads, because they allowed me to find my own load. And I never took one Western Express load. And I always took home about $3,700 a week. And here's why. Because I found myself a good dispatcher. And I found myself a good broker. And I always ran outside. I never ran out one Western Express load. I would find my own loads. And it didn't matter what the dispatcher was charging me. Why? Because I gave my dispatcher a certain criteria of the type of loads that I wanted. And that's what we do. If you tell me, or if you tell him you want loads that's paying more than $3 per mile, okay? If the load is going less than 500 miles, and you say for all loads it's going less than 500, all loads is paying $325, $375 per mile or better. You say if the load is going more than 500 miles, I want that load to pay at least a minimum of $2.75 per mile, or whatever the case may be. If you want to say $4, that's up to you. Okay, you know what you need to move your truck, right? So if you give him a specific criteria as what that load has to pay, a minimum of what it has to pay, that's all he's going to look for. He's not going to look for loads that's paying less than $3 per mile if that's what you told him you need. Now, here's the great part about it. If he already knows that his fee is 10%, so if he knows that you want $3 per mile, what is he going to do? He's going to load that's paying $320, $340 per mile. Why? Because there's enough money for you and him. You're not losing anything. You understand how that works?
Yeah, I understand, but I don't want to be. Let me give me more time, bro. Give me more time. Let me get it back.
All right, I mean, take all the time you want, but I'll just call you and let you know that I'm looking at loads right now that's leaving out the area you want to go that's paying great money. That's all I'm letting you know. You know, I mean, you can take all the time you want, but, you know, there were 327, this company, they had 327 loads averaging, you know, matter of fact, let me pull it up here real quick again. If I can pull it back up real quick, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Exactly where you're at right now. I can tell you exactly what's leaving out of your area right now.
Yeah, let me think about it, bro.
Okay. I mean, you know, like I say, it's on you, but it's a lot of great paying freight, paying a lot of good money. But then again, I don't know. You might already be making $4, $5 a mile. I don't know. If that's the case, then, you know, I understand, but, you know, you got access to a lot of great, and if you want to, just let them know. But you can't do it without the dispatch agreement. You got to send that dispatch agreement in.
Okay.
All right? All right. All right. Now, obviously, is that the guy we left the message to?
Yep.
Okay. So obviously, the message must have got his attention because he called back. Okay. Because if the message didn't get his attention, he would have just said, you know what, don't even worry about it, and I'm not gonna call it back. Okay. Apparently, here's what happened with that guy. Apparently, he was confused from your first pitch. Okay, or he somewhat understood it, but he didn't quite understand it. And that comes when you get that a lot when people are just learning the script and they're pitching it to them and they don't quite know all the script yet. Not saying that that's a bad thing, because that's how you learn. That's how you learn. But as you do the pitch more and more and more and more, you will know when you got someone who is ready to sign up. Because before you leave them, they're going to be hyped. They're not going to be somewhat. They're going to be hyped. They're going to be ready. Why? Because you pitched that script in the way it should have been pitched. You pitch it in a way that lets them know, say, hey, if you want high dollar paying freight, I can find you high dollar paying freight. Does it matter what I'm charging? No, because if all your sources you have right now tells you I got loads where he's paying $275, $215, $220, highest one of their loads is $275. Now I call you up with a load like some of these loads that we found on Lane Hunter that's paying $4.75 per mile, $6 per mile. Whose load are you going to take? Does it matter? I'm charging 10 cents or charging the 10%? No, it doesn't matter. Because your next closer paying you 20%. You zilch, nothing. It can be free. It can be a free service. But it's still not as much as the load that I'm offering for you, and I'm taking 10%, right? Because the bottom line is, what puts more money in your pocket? Now, with that right there, that's a good note to close on. The guy called us back. You got a chance to see how that goes as far as when they call back and how we handle that. But that guy was just still kind of confused. But if he listens, he'll come around because he's going to start thinking about those lanes that we talked about. 300 and some odd loads, 194 of them already average pay. One of the highest paying loads on there was $8, almost $8 per mile. Come on. Yeah, he's going to call back. So be ready to grab him when he calls back. All right. We run out of time. I do appreciate everybody for joining us today. This video will be available within the next 3 or 4 hours. So look for it. It'll be on the back office site. It'll also be on our Facebook page, and we'll be on YouTube. For those of you who have joined us, who have not signed on with us, if you're interested in signing on with us, all you've got to do is go to mydispatcher.org, and we have it's going to be on Google App Store, it's going to be on Android app, and it's going to be on the Apple App Store. So you can look for our app, and our app is going to be entitled My Dispatcher Network. So look for My Dispatcher Network is our app. This is what it looks like right here. As you all can see, there it is. That's our app right there. It's going to be My Dispatcher Network. It's going to be the app. You'll be able to pull it up. You'll be able to call us up directly. You'll be able to click on it. Go to pull up the same tools and resources that you do on our site. You can click on it. If you want to join our platform, you can click on here where it says click here. It'll take you right over to our platform where you can sign up and pay for our platform within a debit or credit card. Our platform cost, by the way, is $349.95. That is a one-time enrollment fee. And after that, you have the option of receiving 100% of your commission or 50% of your commission by either paying a subscription fee of $19.95 per month to access our back office tools and resources. If you opt for that subscription, you will receive 100% of your dispatch fee. If you opt not to have the subscription, you will pay no subscription fee, but you will split your dispatch fee with us 50-50. So in other words, you will get 5% of the fee, we will get 5% of the load fee. And that's how that works. And we have the only platform of its kind that gives you access to all the tools, resources, back office site, video training, a network that you can plug into where you help each other, and our live training every Saturday. There's no other platform out there like ours. We're the only one of its kind. Look us up on Facebook. Look us up on YouTube. We're all over the internet. Indeed.com just did an independent report on our users, and those users who have been using our product and using our platform, they did a study on them. They interviewed 88 past graduates, people who have graduated out and started their own firms, and they determined that those users that use our platform were averaging $113,000 a year from the 88 interviews that they did. So there you have it. We appreciate you all for tuning into it. We look forward to seeing you all again next week. Same back channel, same back time. Thank you all again. Much love to all of you all. You all have a great day. This is Calvin, and I'm out.
Extension 0 to accept. Press.
This is Cal with RBBS. How can I help you?
Hi, Calvin. How are you today?
I am doing great. I'm just finishing with our operational training call for today. As a matter of fact,